We're starting the recording.
Well, today, what we're doing... Oh, okay, yeah, sure, do that intro. This is a better intro. Fuck your intro.
Oh, screw you.
So yeah, what we're doing is combat training.
Oh, crap.
Erik needs that.
Combat training that you'll be graded on. So yeah,
What?
that's good.
I was
Great.
not expecting a grade.
Can I persuade people into giving me a better grade?
It's combat training, not persuasion training. Persuasion training's next week.
Oh, it's
Maybe.
things.
No, there's no persuasion training.
What? I've been lied to.
Let's face it, Eric's the only one who's going to be able to persuade people. The rest of you can never learn to persuade people. Your characters are all very unsociable.
I am very persuasive. I don't know what you're talking about.
Roll me a perform check to see if that's true.
Can we just point out how my natural one is already like way better than most people's persuasion checks?
Yes, it's my point now. A 10. That's like average performance. I'm pretty sure a 10 in performance means you can remember like half the to be or not to be speech after studying it a lot, and then like sort of winging your way through it.
To be or not to be? That is a question historians have asked for a long time.
Oh God! No, I still remember like half of it from when I was Macbeth. To be or not to be, that is the question, whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing in them. And it goes on and on for like ages. Okay, now this is not. I didn't expect this many charisma checks. You're rolling too. Oh, intelligence. Well, that's fun too. So yes, I will be transporting you all to a magical room. You can fully heal yourself, fully spell slot yourself, fully everything yourself. You're all good.
Myself? I can get to fully everything myself?
Yes, fully everything yourself.
Man, I hardly use spells.
You'd use them more then. Force yourself.
Force myself to use them. Okay. I'm going to use Thunder Wave on Erik.
Oh no!
Erik died. Okay. That's one less person. Cool, yeah. We're in the running to be in first. The person who gets the best score over these combat trainings will get a magic item, a very powerful magic item, similar to a certain magic item from the third campaign. Similar, not the same. Okay. Yes, that might be that magic item is similar to.
Similar. I love how every item is similar to it, but not it.
Yeah. I'm not going to give you the same one, because the same one would be so... I've got the alien sexes back. Okay. Oh god, the alien sex. Am I the only one hearing the alien sex?
Oh, I hear it.
Okay.
Is that my fans, maybe? It might be my computer fan. Like, what does it sound like?
Like a droning on noise, staticky.
Okay, that's probably my fans.
It does kind of sound like a fan, actually. Like one of those shitty, like, desk fans. Let's not roll that many dice.
Oh god, 3D dice is a mistake.
3D dice is not a mistake.
You're a mistake. So yeah, would people like to begin combat training?
I'm gonna close some stuff so maybe the fans turn off.
So would people like to begin combat training?
Yes, I would like to begin.
The canonical way this happens is that you haven't left Octodron yet. Octodron, the octopus tentacled robot creature that Astra hated for a while, but then didn't hate necessarily as much. He didn't directly kill Dimble. Dimble just died of less than natural causes.
Less than natural. I mean, technically everyone else killed me.
Yes, technically.
I mean, it was
Well,
your choice
technically,
too.
nobody
You
killed
killed yourself.
Well,
was-
in the end, isn't everyone responsible for their own deaths because they were living in the first place?
I was considering voting for Dabo in that instead of
Oh, like turning your vote.
or I think I actually was supposed to vote for Dabo, so I don't think it would have mattered. But yeah, like changing my vote so that I wouldn't die.
So yeah, he transports you. He says you need combat training. That's not his voice. That's just what. Yeah, you need combat training.
Don't
That's
spoil
it is sudden. Shut up. And he beams you with his octopusy tentacles. You will find yourself transported to a strange new place.
Whoa.
It's a room, a large square room with seven. I think seven. I like how it's the start of the session and I already don't know what I'm talking about. Seven? I think it's 7 rooms. 7 doors, each numbered with a number.
Wow. They're numbered with
Well,
numbers.
it's supposed to be numbered with letters.
I mean,
So yeah,
yes,
there
it
are
could
7
be
doors.
if they're in like hexadecimal.
They are hexadecimal, and now you're going to have to do hexadecimal to figure out which door you're supposed to go through.
Ah, sweet.
No,
I mean, if there's
They're
only
numbered-
7 doors, then
they're numbered with numbers, 1 to 7. And in the center of this room, there is a strange idol, like a small statue of a woman holding a jug of water, sitting atop a pedestal. That was surprisingly difficult to say. What would you guys like to do? There are 3 of you here, Erik.
so there's
Dimble.
a woman's pedestal with what?
So it's a pedestal, a marble pedestal with a statue of a woman holding a water, like, carrying device, otherwise known as a pot.
Can we take
Very
the
high tech.
pot?
It's quite a small statue. It's about like a foot tall, and the pedestal is about a few feet tall. So it's not like a huge pot or anything. It's just she's carrying this thing. It's like a statue.
Can you
That's
take
what-
the pot off?
You could try.
Alright, I would like to try.
As soon as you touch the pot, you feel a wash of magic run over you, and you feel yourself completely revitalized.
Oh,
You get the
sweet.
feeling that whenever you touch this, you will fully heal yourself and fully heal your spell slots.
Oh, good. It's not like we already did that.
No, but yeah, that's the thing that happens in this room.
This room is
Super
is,
Smash Bros?
I have no idea
Is
what
magic?
that Super Smash Bros is. I
I have no idea what reference she is making.
obscure reference.
She's talking about the
I know what she's talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't planned to be like that, but apparently it's a reference to it. If it's a clever reference, I'll take credit for it.
if it's
It
not,
isn't.
then he won't.
Exactly. And you see, and this idol is the only other thing in this square-shaped room. These 7 doors.
7 dwarves?
7 doors.
7 dwarves.
Dang it, I was hoping we would turn into a Snow White parody.
Really, Snow White. Snow White's like the worst princess, apart from like
The
Sleeping
pedestal
Beauty.
of Snow White. Guys, we figured it out. Game theory is the pedestal
Shit,
of
you
Snow
figured out
White.
the big twist.
Game theory. Are we the 7 dwarves?
But there's only 3 of you. And
did the other
and
game theory? Did the other 4 dwarves die?
And Dimble is the only dwarf.
Dimple is bad on math. No, I think I'm bad
And
at
And
math.
Astra is bad on English.
No, I think she meant to say math.
Timble is bad on meth.
Yes.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Oh, well, we have a statue and that's it.
And these 7 doors around the room.
Okay, so the 7 dwarves. I would like to talk to the 7 dwarves.
You can talk to an inanimate object if you want.
All right.
Okay.
Knock knock.
There is no reply.
I think.
You try entering the 7th door.
You grab Dimble and easily drag him through the first door. I'm not going to need you to make strength checks because Astra is considerably stronger and taller than Dimble. You are moved into the following room. I just need to get your characters on there.
Who
I
you calling
see.
a dummy?
Goal is to throw chairs at the dummy.
Wait, is this
That's-
Alice in Wonderland? This is just the Scarecrow.
Shut up. I'm not copying any. This is like mostly. I'm pretty sure this is like the only session that's not referencing something or copied from something. And you're like, it's obviously this.
I mean, it's a Scarecrow without a brain. I mean,
I'm pretty sure that's not Alice in Wonderland either. That's The Wizard of Oz.
okay.
So you can't even reference the correct thing.
Just shut up. Just shut up. I totally know what I'm talking about.
So yes, in this room, you see a small square room, which is the one you're currently in, with 4 chairs along it. There is a pane of glass and a doorway, and through this glass you can see a scarecrow on the opposite end of the hall. In all of your heads, you hear the voice of Octodron. Now it is time for your first test. This test will determine exactly how much damage you can do to a target that cannot defend itself and cannot move. This is like your peak damage. You will not be awarded the best grade simply for doing the most damage, but more for what you realise from this test. So, whoever wants to go first may go first.
So we're trying to do the most damage we can.
Yes, in 5 rounds of combat.
So
And it's-
5 rounds.
It's an individual thing, so each person would have to go separately.
Hmm.
Who would like to go first?
I'm trying to.
I'm just thunder waving. Yeah, you can take your time to like. Whoever goes first, you can take your time to like pick what. Okay, because I think Astra's thing of what you can do to get the most damage is pretty simple. Oh god, spamming the. You can look at the spells without actually like opening them up without
Too
starting
bad.
them. Okay, Astra, if you would like, you have 5 turns to deal as much damage as you want to the creature. Okay, you activate Divine Rage. That's a bonus action on your first turn. Divine Rage gives a +2 to all your damage, right? Is it +2 to your damage? I think. Oh, laggy. My lag. What? Like, oh,
Whoa.
that was bad. Like, I'm just checking if it's a +2. Charge attack is a bonus attack. Yes, you do need your bonus attack to make the actual charge attack as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to check if it's. No. Good. 1 sec. Sorry, I just need to look if it's. You gain a damage bonus equals to your charisma modifier on strength-based melee attacks. So it is actually it's a +3, not +2. You may do what you like now. So yeah, you do need your bonus attack, your bonus action, and your action to make a dash a charge attack. You basically need your whole turn to make a charge attack. To be honest. So, yep, you can do 2 sword attacks with your action. First attack hits, dealing 10 points of damage. Second attack is 9, so that's 19 plus 6 is 25. But 6 plus 6 from Divine Rage, so it's 25 damage in total for your first round of combat. Second round of combat may begin.
Okay, this is gonna go great.
Oh shit! Something just came up.
Just so you know,
I might be
that
back
health
later.
bar
I don't know.
has
Okay,
will go up
rip-
with the
rip
amount of
Rob.
damage you deal with it. Oh, Rip dead.
Rob has to leave. He might be back later.
Oh, okay. Fun times.
Beaky.
What was I saying? I was just saying you that's your first round of combat done. You can have a second turn now if you want.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you
assuming
want.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Okay, using Divine Smite. And you can make your 2 attacks. Oh, I forgot. Actually, you did damage then, I said. Mad at math. Oh, am I cutting out? Is the internet bad?
You were for a bit.
Oh, okay. Am I back better now?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a very unconfident yeah.
You're fine.
Okay, good. So yeah, just so you know, your second attack with your first action doesn't do as much damage because it doesn't do the holy damage on the second attack. But yeah, this first attack hits, dealing 14 points of damage. Your divine smiting, you need to do 2d6. Roll 2d6. An 8. And you still have your second attack. Dealing 8 points of damage. No, it only works on 1 attack per, like, because it's only charging 1 attack. Okay, that's your second round done. On to your third round. Okay, you're going to charge. Jed, give me a charge attack. You just run back up. You should just hold them charged. That is a lot of damage. 17, 18 damage. You'll have your second attack. It's 20 damage. Am I cutting out again?
But
Okay. Yeah, 20 damage though. You still have your second attack. Yes. But your attack. Can you hear me now? I have maintenance of being shit. Okay. The charge attack is your whole turn, but you can also make a second attack because it's part of your action. See, yeah, it's a part of. It basically makes your whenever you take an attack action, you can take a second attack. A longsword, you can't charge because charging again would have to be like you have to run back away and then charge back up again. So no, it's just a longsword. And that's another 13 points of damage. Okay, you got 2 more turns left. What do you want to do for those turns? Deal the most damage possible, yeah. You can take your time. Give Bongo some time to think about what he's going to do and stuff.
I mean, I think I already got my thing finished. Figuring out. Just looking over some stuff.
Okay, attack in. Double longsword. Are you going to thunder smite again? That's 16, 17 points. Whatever this. Oh.
Yellow.
Line, roll 2d6 again for the thunderous smite. 7. Okay, and you can make your second
Make your second
attack.
attack.
Oh, 12. I don't know why I'm cutting out so much. Yeah, 1 turn left. I'm basically just going to talk and hope people hear me. Okay, and will you do thunderous smite again? Cool, then just do that. You can roll the 2d6. 7, 11, 22, 23, 24, 25, and plus 2d6. You did quite a lot of damage. 150.
150?
154.
154. Okay.
So yeah, that's 154 damage. The blue bar is how much damage you did. So that bar is 154. It's just going to be easier to compare it to Bongo's that way.
I have to try to beat that.
Yes, well, yeah. Mostly just to see how much damage you can do.
Okay. So do I have to directly do the damage?
What do you mean?
Like, could I make a creature do it?
Define what you mean by making a creature do it, because that's a bit
By
of a
summoning another creature to do damage.
You can PM me if you want. That's a bit of a strange question. I like the idea of thinking outside the box though.
Sure. Wait.
I'm going to say no,
Dang it.
mostly because this is more about how much damage you can do reliably, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like how much damage you can do without using. Like if you had something that was a one-time summon, for instance, I wouldn't use that because that's more of an emergency thing than a reliable damage source. So I'm going to say no.
Dang. Well. This is gonna go great. Just to. Okay, that didn't work. Oops.
Burning Hands.
Okay, right.
What level?
Here we go.
And what would you like to do? Dabo's back. That is good. We have... This is a combat training session. Yourself and restore all your spell slots. Dabo.
I don't really.
A combat training session.
I need to check something.
If you get the best score on the combat training, as in you learn the most, you get a magic item. Another magic item, I should say, for Dabo. So you're going to cactus launch.
Yes.
They must make dex save. Yeah, this thing does not have any dexterity, so it's definitely going to fail. Takes 9 damage.
And then it takes 1d4 every turn.
If it moves in the area.
If it moves, or is it just?
As if it moves, I believe.
Oh yeah, whatever.
So good luck with that.
Holy cow.
That is a crit, which is 21 damage.
21 damage.
Don't just ignore the fact that it moved. Didn't count as move.
Alright,
It was just
d4.
moving it because it was non-centered until. Turn deals 7 damage. Deals 15. And we're cutting out again. Those are your 5 turns, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So the red bar is how much damage Bongo did. The blue bar is how much damage Astra did. As you can see, there's a thing in there, but I'm cutting out. I know I'm cutting out. I'm just going to reset my internet, so be right back.
Ripperino. First, I have to pay respects to Beaky.
Testing.
Oh, hey. Hello?
Hello?
I really
So yeah, that is how much damage Dimble did. It is time for James's turn. James, you can fully heal yourself and fully spell slot yourself. And you will get a crack at killing the creature.
Good luck, Dabo. At killing it, we're trying to kill it?
No, just doing as much damage as you can to it. No, you can't pick your item before, because...
James, you had so much time.
You've had so much time. I know the item you mean.
Exactly, you've had so much time.
You're not going to get the pitchfork of scarecrow murder.
Fuck. Instantly deals 1,000 damage.
Also, as a thing for Dabo, since he's so reliant on sneak attacks, his first attack will count as a sneak attack. Since he is stealthy enough to actually pull that off.
Sneaking up on a target that can't see him or do anything.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously, for sake of not making every single attack a sneak attack, his AC, he does have an AC. It is, what is his AC? It's 8. Because but that's just because most things have an AC of like 8 or something, even if they can't dodge. Like a gelatinous cube can't dodge your attacks, basically, but it has an AC of 6. If all of his attacks were sneaky, his damage would be insanely more than Astra. But yeah, you got one sneak attack, and the only goal is to deal as much damage as possible. And don't worry about saving spell slots and stuff like that, because you can restore them after every challenge, shall we say. After every trial. There's 7 of them in total. 7 trials. So okay, yeah. So you're doing what's it called? Sharpshooter. That's what it's called. Sniper sneak attack. That's going to miss. I can't see if Devo's buttons are invisible because I'm lagging, or if he just hasn't typed anything.
They're
He's just typing
periods.
spaces, isn't he?
They're periods.
Oh, are they? Because I can't see them. Oh, I can see 2 periods. Oh no, there I can. I'm being blind. It's fine.
Being blind.
So yeah, the immobile dummy that has no eyes is now aware of your presence, so you can no longer make sneak attacks against it. Also, not sure why you didn't make dagger sneak attack, considering it does bonus damage on sneaks. But that's not my problem. Okay. So you're going in this with bonus. I think it's bonus action. Is it a bonus action? That would mean you get a sneak attack with advantage, yes. Bongo, you'd probably know. Is invisibility an action or a bonus action? Because I think it's an action, right?
No, invisibility is an action, I believe.
Yeah, so that means his second round he'd use on just casting invisibility on himself. But you can do that.
Yeah,
If you want
casting
to
time is
use-
one action.
So basically, that would be your second round of combat. You've got 5 rounds in total, and your second round of combat would be going invisible. So is it worth going invisible for a sneak attack?
Five.
You get 5, and you've already used 1. Okay, that's the second round. You go invisible. You dissolve into the shadows.
Steven.
Third turn. Third turn.
Third
Go on
return.
Italiano. That is going to hit, and it's going to deal an additional 2d6 damage, correct? No, not 2d6. It's like 3d6 now. Is it? Can't remember. Do you have 3d6 sneak attack? I think you do. You probably have 3d6. Oh, it's acted already. That's pathetic damage.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
that's
only
actually
has
is
2d6.
true.
Wait, what?
There's 4d6 is rolled, so one of those was for. Also, you attack with advantage, Dabo. So you can re-roll that with advantage if you want, because yeah.
Why is there 46s being rolled?
I'm confused by that too. I'm just going to check his character sheet real quick. Because that seems weird to me.
Because it says it's rolling 2d6, but there's 4d6s on there.
Let me just check.
Only the 1 and the 3 are used, not the 1 and the 2.
Oh my god, so laggy. My roll 20, please stop lagging. It's let's see. Oh, that is weird. Yeah, no, the math is right on it. The math is correct. You get 2d6s because you have a point in Warlock instead of having a 5th point in Rogue.
So there's 3 dices on there that I have no idea why they were rolled.
And the d12 is for the main damage. I think it was rolling with that is weird. I don't get that either.
The one of the ones for this d6 is the 2 for the d6, and the 2 on the d12.
Yes, it would have counted in the first attack. Let's just restart James's turn because it's been like a mess. Okay,
What is going
a
on?
whole mess of him not knowing his character. I think. At least the other you others like actually made full efficiency of your goes, apart from Cactus Launcher.
Okay, well, I misread it.
So you have advantage. Also, why didn't you use it first then?
Because I forgot about it.
So you have advantage sneak attack with the sniper rifle if you want to take that as your first turn. Would you like to do this sharpshooter bonus?
What did I do?
Okay, let's see if you can actually hit this one.
No, dang it. I accidentally closed out.
That's all. Let's go, Dabo. You can do it. I believe in you. That is going to hit, dealing 16,
Shoot.
23 damage.
Now my recording's on.
It's 23 damage, right? Because it's 6 plus 7 plus 10, which is 23. Right?
Sure.
Cool. I'm right.
There we go. Fix the recording.
Okay. Your second turn. What would you like to do? Dabo? That's cool. Take your time. In the meantime, I'll give you a sneak of your next trial. Oh, that's sneak peek. Oh, an even bigger sneak peek. You do realize your charge shot you can use, like, you've got 5 rounds, so you've got plenty of time. Just try. You can. Well, it does give you advantage on attacks against them, so you might as well do it. Yes. Oh, wait, you lost proficiency on your rifle, but you do have proficiency with your pistol, yeah.
Oh.
I'm just going to gun it down mercilessly.
Wow, that's kind of rude. How do you think the Scarecrow's family feels? Also, what's this thing down here?
It's a sneak peek for the next trial.
Oh, it's a pretty good sneak peek.
Don't even make a sneak peek.
Yes.
Boom.
Oh, there's blackness.
Oh, boom.
Oh, there's a different color. More chairs.
More chairs. Yeah, 5 chairs.
Do we get to play musical chairs?
What is Dabo going to do then?
If there's no musical chairs in this campaign, I'm suing.
If you're drinking a potion yourself, yes. If you're giving it to someone, it's an action. Oh my god. Okay. You don't refund potions every round, but you can use it if you want for this. But yeah, you can do that.
Magic item uses back?
You get magic item uses back too, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. Dabo chugs down the invis potion and is going to go for a sneak attack, I'm assuming with your Catalina dagger.
Holy dice.
That is going to hit, barely. It does 18 points of damage. If that's your second round, you still have 3 more rounds.
Fuck. I blame the cactus launcher.
Boom. I think that was Josh leaving.
Yeah, Josh just left.
Okay. No, you can't really. You'd have to back up to use your sniper rifle. You get disadvantage if it's close range.
But why?
Because XCOM rules. And that's actually how D&D works. If you're melee range with a bow, then it doesn't work as well. You get disadvantage.
Wow.
It is movable. It's just inanimate. Big difference between inanimate and movable. And no, DM rules. You need to be back up to use it. I don't know why you'd have a problem with that though, because you can just walk away, shoot it. I don't understand. I don't know. But yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, Dabo, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
What would Riku do
What would Riku do if he could do Kung Fu you?
if he could Kung Fu Yuku?
What would the Riku do?
What would Riku do?
Yes, Hellish Rebuke is only a reaction.
Two.
Yeah, 3 more to go. I like how we've almost spent an hour in the first room. There are 7 rooms.
Hey, we can do this. We can do half of the rooms.
I probably will. Like most of the rooms are like different, but they're not really for full combats or anything because they're more just for teaching you lessons. So there's a certain level of improvisation that can be done.
That was just bad.
Davo, I'm going to have to press you to make a choice. I like how Astra was like, yeah, I'm just going to smack it with my sword a bunch. Dimble was like, yeah, I'm just going to set fire to it and shoot it with my gun a bunch. And that was like sitting there, like contemplating how to hit this dummy.
Who's the dummy now?
Okay. You sniper risky? Give me
Sniper risky.
that's going to hit, dealing 8 points of damage. It is stunned in place, so you have advantage on your next attack.
It is stunned.
So, the scarecrow is stunned in place. Good job stunning it.
Good job.
Yeah, now it can't move. The reason you shouldn't always have advantage is because that wouldn't be representative of an actual fight against an actual enemy. This is just an enemy that can't fight back, so it's not as scary, you know? So yeah, it's stunned in place, you have advantage on your next attack. Would you like to make a sneak attack against it? 2 more turns. Sneak attack him in. That is a very good question. I believe you can because it's a spell attack. If it was a spell, like a proper spell, then you wouldn't be able to. But if it's a spell attack, you can. I'm ruling that anyway. Only for now. You might be able to get better gun stuff for it. So yeah, you're going to try an Eldritch Blast. Okay, sneak attack advantage with shot.
My cutting out? No, my cutting out? It's mine?
Ha ha. You got your last turn. What you gonna do with
They
your
come for you.
last turn? So what are you gonna do, Ku? What you gonna do, Ku, when they come for you, Ku?
Bad boy goose, bad boy goose.
Dabo, what you gonna do? What's it gonna be? What's it? Oh, 18 and it just rolled onto the 4. That's quite funny. But yeah, there's 8-4 down. And that finishes you off with a score of 84. So, Bongo scored 63, Dabo scored an 84, and Lime scored a 154. Now, can each of you tell me what this what you learnt from this? This is the thing you're actually getting graded on, not the damage dealing, which is quite funny.
The cactus launcher doesn't work on targets who don't move.
That's one thing, yes.
That I really need to level up so that I have a mech.
That would probably help.
I need my mech.
That is a very good thing to learn. Good to use your sniper abilities. Plus, your sharpshooter, I think, has longer range. Hello, I think I'm cutting out probably.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's a good thing to learn. Is there anything else? Any other words of wisdom? I know Astra's still typing. Bongo, do you have any other thoughts? Any other things you've learnt?
Yeah, I don't have much powerful stuff.
Interesting.
Like it's like my gun, and that's it.
I think Lime may have died at the keyboard.
Rest in runs.
Typing related stroke, probably.
Oh.
There we go. Okay, interesting. Okay. Would everyone like to? You can restore your spell slots, your magic items that you used, and heal yourself because I know that scarecrow did a lot of damage to you. Because we can move on to the second room.
It did a lot of emotional damage.
Why is the deck here? Go away, deck. Moving on to the second room. There is a 40-foot drop in this room. Each of you will take it in turns to see how many rounds of combat it takes you.
Cut out.
How many turns it takes you to take out the dummy.
Without crossing the thing, or
No, you can cross the thing. There's just a 40-foot gap there.
oh, okay.
40 foot. And like, how long? Probably 40 feet. Oh no, 65 feet. 60 feet. It's 25 health.
So we just have to kill it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, Dimble, you are from the center. Okay. This is your round first. That's 9 plus 18. Cool. Dimble, you took 3 rounds. Who would like to go next? Okay, James. You do have sneak attack on it the first time, since the scarecrow is unaware of your presence. Okay, that's us 7 damage. I'm assuming you're using sharpshooter, so it's 17. Because you always use sharpshooter when you have. Okay, that's 17. Second turn. What are you gonna do? No, crit.
Sweet.
Does 5 damage health. Three health left. No, right? That's
13.
5 plus 17. It's 20. Crit, yeah, crit. Crit means you roll the dice twice, and that's what that does. See, the 1 is the first roll, and the 4 is the second roll. Oh wait, I'm doing math in my head. No, yeah, you do kill it because that's 17 plus. I'm being dumb, right? No.
17 plus 5 is 22.
Yeah, I'm. I am. Yeah, so you're fine. Third turn. Okay. Let's do your fourth turn.
23. 25. Exactly.
Finally. Okay. You do kill it. Okay. Astra, take the center. So yeah. Hello? Anybody? Am I lagging? Probably lagging. It's
Hello.
Lime's turn though. Let's see what Astra can do.
2.
It's a 40-foot drop, but there's nothing down there. Just a floor. it triples the amount you can jump, right? Across 5-foot gaps easily, and 10-foot gaps with a check. So you could jump about 30 feet with it. Let's see if you're successful. Okay, so you walk 25 feet up. How long is the hook shot?
Oh man.
60 feet. So yeah, it's like you could just you could get to the end with it. Yeah, it would you'd just be able to reach though. Yeah, you can do so. It's almost as if I forgot you had a hook shot. But that's your action, right? I think it's your action to use it. An action to shoot up to 60 feet away. It's all this stick to. So it's an action. So yeah, you can do it if you want. It's an action. Yeah, you do it and you just zip across. And you can easily climb up. Turn down. It's not how many turns, it's just how quickly you can kill it. Okay. Give me a sword attack. Would you like to use Thunderous Smite? Not Holy Smite.
Is
Let's
this
roll
your
2d6.
second turn?
This is her second turn, yes. So she can roll 2d6s. That's an additional 7, so that's still. So you can make a second attack. So in a shocking twist, Astra kills it in 2 turns. In a shocking twist, Astra kills it in 2 turns. So Astra killed it in 2, Dimble killed it in 3, and James
Killed it in
killed it in
4.
4. So, what did you learn from this one?
The Astra has too much stuff.
Okay. That's an
Astra can
interesting
attack way too much.
Did Dabo or Bongo learn anything else, or not?
Nah, my range is good.
Okay. Dabo, anything other than RNG hates me? Interesting. Well, you're fully healed, fully spell slotted, fully magical itemed up. And you can head into the third room now.
Alright, let's go.
Yes, the third room.
Ah, yes, the third room. AC chili? Oh no, that's a lot of bad hombres.
Go go Power Rangers. No, they were supposed to look like M&Ms. I basically wanted to make them like bright and colourful because I'm going to be talking about each one, so it just makes sense to refer to
Yeah,
refer
no,
to
that's
them
the
by colour.
Power Rangers. That's the Power Rangers. Don't try to hide it. Good job, Miki.
Stop bullying me. So, could everyone please roll initiative for me? Well, I just do like 10 damage to each of the 20, like 10.
Rex Scrubs.
To make it a bit more balanced, since there's only 3 of you. They have seen you.
Shoot.
Yes, shoot them.
Yes, I'm going to shoot them a bunch.
Just easier than rolling.
Oh, these bad hombres. Why do we have Oscar back? Two Oscars. That's worse.
Oh, yeah, they're both the same.
Hmm. Twin
There
Oscars.
we go.
Bad guy green.
Because they're the same model as initiative. Go, go, bad guy Rangers.
Dun, 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 dun.
It is Dimble like Sudoku.
Uh, so what's our goal?
To kill the bad guys.
Okay.
And to try and learn things from this encounter.
Okay, I'm going to shoot bad guy a red.
Why red? Got something against red people?
Yes, I do actually.
Interesting. Just writing in my notes, Dimble is racist to red people. There you go.
There we go. Good. I will also write that in my character sheet. Where is this? Okay.
Wow, you guys are being so racist right now.
Additional features and traits. Here we go.
Agree the green
Dimble
is the best color.
is racist to red people. Here we go.
Okay. Dimble, what are you gonna do?
I just did it.
Oh fuck. He's almost dead.
He didn't have any health.
Yeah, he's pretty squish. Oh, it is
Oh, I get it. Okay.
blue
I
bad
already
guys.
got what we have to do. I've already figured out this entire thing.
And he's moved up here. Other bad guy's turn. She's gonna like. It's gonna move here, and it's going to take a shot at James. Just rolling dice. Dealing 10 points of damage. Painful. You want to kill the M&M people. Kill M&M.
Kill M&M.
Astra's turn. If you're into that. So Astra, it's your turn. What do you want to do? A sword attack or charge attack if you want. Okay. Very good use of holding action. You'd have to use it on this turn, but yeah, if you hold an action, you can use your you can still use your bonus action this turn. At 1 minute, so 10 rounds of combat. Okay. Astra rages out again. Really angry. Divine Smite. Oh, the Torn. Is that everything in 30 feet? Oh, okay. So you mean Holy Smite? I think is it called Divine Smite actually? I was getting confused because I didn't think you'd use that. Right? I usually yeah, it's 1 minute too. It's the first attack within 1 minute. Okay, cool. Just use it. So it is bad guy Green's turn. Green is going to move up and is going to heal bad guy Red. Healing his twin.
Dang it.
Actually, to find my D8.
Should have had a D8.
Healing by 11 health. It's James's turn. Sneak attacks if they don't know you're there. attack. Correct? You get sneak attacks when there is an ally within 5 feet of the target, or you have advantage. Who are you going to Eldritch Blast? Just roll me an Eldritch Blast. Dealing 9 points of damage. Okay, it's Bad Guy Red's turn.
Screw that guy.
Bad Guy Red's going to move. He's going to target. Yeah, he can get you too.
Wow, that's kind of rude.
Dimble and Astra, please give me. Let me just check which check it is. I believe it's Con. Yeah, Constitution checks. Constitution saving throws. This with the shield though, so it doesn't really proc your stopped action. Bongo saves against it.
Oh. Astra does not. Oh my.
So,
555. Geeky?
and Astra is current. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I just wasn't talking. So both of you take 15 points. Be blinded.
Wait, both of us?
Both of you take 15. Yes.
Okay, but
The save was for the blind effect.
Wait, that
Orange dude.
Wait, why am I down to 30 if it was 15?
Were you not on 45?
I was on 46.
Oh, okay, plus one then. Orange dude's going to move up.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, I can't. This turn order is in the way. These guys need to get out of my way. So this was the guy who did that thing, right?
Red guy was the guy who did that thing.
Oh, he was? The blinding?
Yeah.
Wait, what this? So this guy just moved?
That guy just moved up, yeah, he couldn't really do much
Screw
else.
bad guy red. This is why I'm racist to red people.
Yeah, red people are all evil. It's the evil colour. So yeah, what's Dimble going to do?
What is Dimble gonna do? What do I... Dang it. Cause
Is it blank? Is it blank for you?
I can see it.
Oh, you just had it like hidden somewhere. Also, one general tip. This is supposed to be about tips for combat and stuff, but this is just a general tip. Think about what you're gonna do on your turn before it's your turn. It really speeds things up.
Yeah. I could do that. But would I do that? Dang, I can't reach that.
You can also talk to Astra. Yeah, it's not like you take half an hour to decide how you're going to attack a training dummy.
Oh, it's great. Good job, Dabo. Really proud of you for that moment.
I know, right? It's insane.
Okay, I'm gonna move here, and then attack bad guy green.
Oh, bad guy green. Raced against green people too.
Yes, I am actually.
Yeah. Give me a shot
You can
attack.
add that.
I do not. Oh no, that is going to hit. That is going to hit. His AC is terrible. Damage. Boom. 8 damage. Anything else you want to do?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, it's the bad guy's turn.
Ooh, bad guy blue.
There we go. He's going to dash towards you.
No,
That's
sweet.
his whole movement. And
Stop that.
bad guy yellow is going to attack Dimble.
What?
She is going to deal 11 points of damage.
Wait, bad guy yellow is what?
Yeah, shooting you.
What?
What do you mean, what?
No, nothing.
Okay. So yeah, it's Astra's turn. Astra's currently blinded for this turn only. So she currently cannot see very well. Well, not at all. But she still has an idea of where everyone was from where she heard what she heard and stuff. But she doesn't have to make checks if she wants to move anywhere precisely. Yes, you're blinded. Meaning you cannot see anything. You can definitely hear the sounds of the guy's heavy metal armor, but give me a perception check. If you can roll high on this perception check, I'll allow you to move towards them, basically. Yeah, he's wearing. Yeah, you can hear like a Metallica playing. Yeah, perception. You easily manage to figure out where they are with the sound of this clunky armor and the sound of Dimble getting hit by something. So yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna say yes. You can summon the Guardian of Light next to him. Guardian of Light, Guardian
Oh, Kaji, hey.
of Light. Be a Guardian of Light card. Kaji's there. Guardian of Light.
Hey, Kaji. What's up, fam?
Okay. That's your action. Is there anything else you want to do? Okay. How much would you like to heal yourself by? Okay. Green's going to move up and is going to heal his buddy by 8 health. It's James's turn. Dabo, who are you shooting at? Okay, Green takes 2 damage. Bad guy red's going to move out and it's going to target Dimble.
Screw you.
Ugh. As 3 missiles shoot out. You take 7 points of magic damage. Painful. And orange. He's going to dash, so we can't make an attack. Dimble's turn.
Okay,
Dimble's turn.
I am going to disengage.
You okay?
I'm gonna move here.
Alright.
We're going to shoot bad guy red.
Okay. Give me a shot at bad guy red. A whopping 4 points of damage.
Great.
Nice. Okay, it is bad guy's turn. He is going to make a dex save against the Guardian of Faith, which he's going to fail, so he's going to take 10 points of damage. No. What was it for a sword? Guardian have language check.
This is a Guardian of Faith or a Guardian of Light?
It's a homebrew thing. So.
Okay, so Guardian of Light.
Everything. I just need to check. Oh yeah, it's 10 either way. It takes 10 damage from the Guardian of Light. And it's attacking James. Missing James. Other bad boot at James as well. Hitting and dealing 11 points of damage. James is going to Hellish Rebuke. Are you going to Hellish Rebuke the blue guy or the yellow guy? Blue, okay. Then Dexterity saving throw, which I fail. Take 2d10 fire damage. I'll roll the damage. Oh, so you have to do a yellow. A yellow, okay. She's going to make that save, which she fails. Luckily, she's got quite high dex. She's going to take 2d10 fire damage, which amounts to 7 points of fire damage.
7 points of fire damage.
first, so it's not. I think I was cutting out there, wasn't I?
A bit.
RNG hates Dabo, basically. It's Astra's turn.
I mean, it's not just RNG.
Everything hates Dabo.
Can we get a Photoshop picture of everyone hates Dabo?
Well, yeah, you're not blinded anymore. The blindness wore off after one round. So you're okay now. It's effectively like a flashbang sort of spell. Okay, so attacking twice. You saw Thunder Smite, your Holy Smite active. That's going to
No,
miss.
everybody hates Chris, but replacing Dabo.
It's not enough to hit either. You both accept just clink off of his armor, not doing any damage. Giving bad guy green to make a turn. Do you have inspiration? I don't think you do. Do you? I don't think you do. Doing anything else? You still got bonus action. I shouldn't be moving bad guy green yet, but
Screw bad guy green.
you need to be able to touch him to do that, so you would have to move over to him. If you can do that if you want. You would just take an attack of opportunity because you haven't moved this turn yet. Move him back to where he was. Okay, you move over to do that. I'll make an attack against you, which I miss. How much would you like to kill him by? 10.
10.
Cool. It is bad for green turn and heal for yellow. That's 12 health for yellow. I'm just going to move him there so you can actually see both health bars. It's his turn.
James.
Dabo. Who are you attacking? If you're attacking blue, you will have disadvantage. Just roll again, and I'll take. Oh, yellow. You'll still have disadvantage because you've got an enemy near you. So if you've got an enemy within melee range, you're going to have disadvantage.
Disengage. Disengage.
Engage this. Engage this. Hey, disengage. Move over there, and are you going to shoot a green?
He didn't say so. Disengage.
That. Dealing 10 points of damage. Oh, yeah, you hit. Bad guy green. Anything else you want to do? I don't know if you can do anything else. Don't think you can. But yeah, you can't do anything else. You used everything. Oh, no, you've got cunning action, but I mean, so it's bad guy red's turn. Bad guy red is going
Screw that guy.
Here and target James with 3 magic missiles. Dealing 11 points of damage. Bad guy orange. Move up and start attacking Astra. He's going to attack Astra once. Missing. I mean, it's Dimble's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot bad guy green.
by green. I'm not going to take him off the battlefield though, just because for reasons. But he is dead.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah. It is bad guys to have blue. Move into range of the Guardian of Faith, stupidly. And he's going to take 10 more damage. But then he's going to attack, hitting Dimble, dealing a whopping 5 points of damage.
Whoa.
5 damage. Now yellow is going to attack Dimble too.
Whoa.
Yes, definitely hitting, dealing fucking pitiful amount.
Why is
of
Red
damage.
not playing in
6.
the jukebox?
What will be playing?
Whoa.
Playing It is now Astra's turn. Dooku to beat bad guy green from the plater. Okay, sword attacking orange guy. Give me your 2 sword attacks. You still got that thunder smite. Thunder smite. Yeah, I keep calling it thunder smite because that's what Maya had. Yeah, you put your second attack. Does that hit? It just hits, dealing 6 plus. You can roll 2d6 damage. I mean, 15 AC isn't that great, to be honest. 6 additional damage. It is James's turn. Okay, going to shoot orange dude in the back. You have sneak attack against him, since he is next to Astra. Unfortunately, you don't. Oh no! Don't hit. Don't hit. Don't hit. If you hit, you would, but no. Anything else you want to do? Okay, I'll take this no. Red guy. Moving out. Astra and Constitution saving throws. Another flashbang spell. Dabo and Astra like 50 saving throws as he throws a flashbang spell towards you. Give me constant. He throw the red guy is doing his flashbang spell. Please give me Constitution saving throws. Dabo saves. Will Astra save this time? Don't. Dabo. Both 9 points of damage. Astra is once again. We're dealing 12 damage. And it is Dimble's turn.
Okay.
Dimble, have a guy attacking you in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. Kind of mean. So I would like to use Burning Hands on him.
Burning Hands, and you're going to target, so it's only him being hit.
Yeah.
He needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which he is going to succeed with an 18. Take half of 11, which is 5 damage.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would want to do?
Yeah, disengage.
Okay, I'm going to disengage and move away. It is Bad Guy's turn. He's going to take 10 damage again. Your Guardian. He has 5 health left. He's going to move up towards Dimble. He's going to attack him.
No, don't attack.
Natural 20.
No, don't attack me. Stop.
6 plus 2 is 8 damage.
No. No.
It is now Yellow Guy's attack.
No.
She is going to attack Dimple.
No, I don't attack them though.
Missing, unfortunately.
Oh, thank you.
It is Astra's turn. You are blind again.
You are blind again. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm not against you guys. I want you to win, but I also want you to suffer. I'm basically Nagito.
Oh, I want you to suffer too.
So yeah, what's Astra going to do? Are you disengaging or just stepping back? Disengaging is a bonus action. In the actual game, it's an action, but I think that's a bit too harsh, so I make it a bonus action. Okay, you disengage and step back. I never had it as an action, no. Do you have a second level 3 spell slot? Oh, you do. Didn't know that. Not level 3, level 2, I meant. I'm being dumb. It's because Guardian of Faithful used to be a level 3. I'm getting confused with Myra now, even though we haven't played with Myra in ages. So yeah, where are you putting it?
Rip Myra.
There.
Can you guys believe
Or
it's been
below.
over a year since we started?
It's been well over a year since I started in January of, so not last January, the January before that. So it's been about a year and a half for me DMing.
Okay. Well, yeah, a year for myself and Lime.
What that was in the second campaign. So
November 5, 2016. The day that will live on in infamy.
it's James's turn.
It's James's turn. It is James' turn.
James's.
James, it is your turn. I think it's James' turn.
No, that's wrong. It's James's turn. But that's James's turn, isn't it? Who are you hitting? Red, with a 3 damage. Unfortunately, you do not have enough to beat his AC.
Woo! Oh.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Okay, it's Bad Guy Red's turn. Bad Guy Red is going to target James with a magic missile. 4 plus 2 plus 5 is 11. Painful. 4 plus 2 plus 5 is 11. What?
What?
I'm confused. But yeah, 4 plus 2 plus 5 is definitely 11. He's going to move up. He needs to make a saving throw, which he fails and is going to die to the Guardian of Faith. Shouldn't delete him. I just need to reduce. No. It's Dimble's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You're going to chug a potion of healing.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything you want to do with your movement or bonus action? Or action, rather, because you've done yourself?
Yes, I would like to. Which one is best? This one's the best. I'm gonna hit this guy.
You miss.
Frick.
You just put out a hand axe and just flail with it randomly, and unfortunately, do not connect.
What?
Bad guy's turn. He is on 5 health, so even if he beats the saving throw, he's going to die to the Guardian of Light. And deleted him. Guardian of Light double kill. It was a well-placed Guardian of Light indeed. Positioning is very important in D&D. It's almost as if this combat encounter was supposed to teach you about positioning and targeting.
Yeah, almost. Oof.
It is now... Oh, it's now Archer's turn. Archer's turn. She's going to shoot at Dimble.
What?
Missing with a natural 1.
Accurate.
It is now Astra's turn. Freaking Albuquerque. I don't even know how to spell Albuquerque.
Hey, I should have taken that right at Albuquerque.
Is Albuquerque even like... I know it's probably a real place, but I've like only heard it as a meme thing.
I think it's...
No, she's not. That only lasts 1 turn. Otherwise, it'll be okay. Okay, you just gonna heal him by 1. That is enough, yeah. Just wondering. James, you are now on 1 health from the generous Astra's 1 heal.
Thank you, Astra.
You still want action, Astra. Is there anything you would like to do with it? Oh yeah, just a random reminder. Yes, you can, but just as a random reminder, because I'm not sure if anyone knew. Yeah, you can make him drink it with an action. But just in case you didn't know, anything you can do with a bonus action, you can also do with an action if you wanted to. Just in case nobody knew that, but I'm pretty sure you probably did. What potion is it? Is it just a regular one? You can tell him to hide behind that tree. Can't do it right now though. I'll do the healing. It's 6 plus 2, which is 8. That is your 9 health. Mark off the healing potion. James's turn. James ducks and hides behind a tree. Okay. You chewing though. Okay. It's not enough to beat, as I say. Eldritch Blast, so don't try. you can at higher levels. You can shoot like I think maximum of 2. You shoot like pew pew. Also, I'm still choosing to believe that James's Eldritch Blasts are finger guns. It's like pew 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 pew.
He winks and then what? Got a blast. Is that Jimmy Neutron?
It's Bad Guy Red's turn. Bad Guy Red is going to.
That is not Sonic Astra.
And
That
here.
is Jimmy Neutron.
Is going to shoot Astra with a
Not
magic missile.
knowing Jimmy Neutron.
You take 10 points of damage. And it's Dimble's turn. What's Dimble going to Dimble? What's Dimble going to Dimble? It doesn't really work with his name.
What is Dimble gonna Dimble? I'm gonna shoot Bad Guy Red.
Bad Guy Red. Not going to be enough to hit, unfortunately.
Screw.
Bad Guy Yellow is going to take a shot at Dimble.
No, don't do that. It's kind of
Getting enough to kill. Kill? I mean hit, not kill. So he may kill, but definitely hit. She does 11 damage. Oh, okay, Dimble's on 1 health. That's fun. It's Astra's turn.
Oh crap, I just opened up paint.net.
Look at that tiny sliver of health that Dimble has.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Bad Guy Red, please.
You don't have to charge in a straight line. You can like run like here and then run like there. Like that.
Maybe, just maybe. That might have been what I was
Yeah.
trying to do.
You can run a bit of an arc, so you can definitely do that. Especially since you have to dash and use basically a whole turn to do a charge attack. Following up with the second attack, obviously, but yeah. Okay, cool. Do that. You do a charge attack. You don't. You used it already on what's his face. Here's a thing to remember: if you use your smite before on the turn before, then your next turn you can do a charge attack that does massive damage. Good for like at the start of combat if you can prepare one. But yeah. 7 second attacking health. Oh, but that actually doesn't hit her AC. She actually does have exactly 17 health, but it doesn't. But you got your second attack. That does hit, dealing 12 points of damage. It's James's turn. This fight ended up being really close. I mean, you're gonna Eldritch Blast the red guy, probably. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, you could sneak attack sniper rifle. Yellow guy. Oh, you can't, because well, you'd have to move first, but you can. There is a rock in the way. Which bad dude? Red. Okay. Pistol blast. Oh wow, that does not hit. Bad guy red is going to shoot some magic missiles your way. Dealing 8 damage. James is also on 1 health. Can you prepare an action to doge? I don't know. I don't know if you can prepare an action to doge. What does the dodge action do? It basically gives you a plus
What? You cut out. Beaky?
1 to AC.
You're cutting out. Rip Beaky. Beaky is officially killed.
Grenade. Any time
Oh, you finally cut back in.
action for that. Give you AC things.
Oh, no.
To get enemy advantage.
Rip Beaky.
Hello?
Okay, you just came back. Like, after, like, a minute.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. You, you heard fucking. Oh god, no.
No. You weren't supposed to hear that.
My phone tab. No. Anyway, it doesn't give you AC. It gives enemies disadvantage when attacking you for the next turn. So you should probably use your cunning action for dodges quite a lot because you can. Seems pretty good. And yeah, you dodge, so that means he would have disadvantage, but it's a magic missile, so it doesn't really do anything. James and Dimble are now both on 1 health, and it's Dimble's turn.
Oh, cool. I would like to not die, please.
Would you like to roll a check for that?
I would like to do...
How good is your dying skill? Oh, you're going to cure wounds.
Yes.
Is James literally the only person on your team who doesn't have a heal?
Does he have healing potions?
I don't even know if he does.
I have 6. I have 6.
Cure wounds is an action, so I don't know if you can do much else.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything else?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, it is bad guy's turn. She is going to disengage, step around to this side of the log, and is going to shoot Astra. Missing because she's got a natural 1.
Yeah, what a nerd.
It's Astra's turn.
What a nerd.
No, not really. Natural. It's more if there's someone in the way. For instance, if let's say James was shooting at Kaji. No, let's say James was shooting at Dimble. It might hit Kaji. If that makes sense. This is more. She just like shot it that way somewhere. Plus, like you're kind of directly in the path of red guy, so it would definitely shoot like to either side of him. So yeah, it's your turn. Peekaboo, I killed you. You can't use Divine Rage because you've already used. No, you can. Yeah, you can. Never mind. Ignore me being dumb. You can use it. Okay. Divine Rage. Astra rages out. She rages against the machine. I'm going to attack with 2 sword attacks. She dead.
Rip.
Kind of overkilled her a little bit. But yeah, she dead. You can move up to 20 feet now. Still. Yeah, 20 feet. But you can't really make your second attack. Scary eyes. He looks thoroughly intimidated. And it is James's turn. Can James redeem himself?
Probably not.
Come on, James. 360 no scope him.
Come on, do it, James. Do it for the vine. Go, Power Rangers.
Like you accidentally did a katana sneak attack. Unfortunately, it's not enough to beat the AC. Which is quite funny, because the advantage on that roll would have the thing. This guy's AC is 18.
Got a blast.
Yeah, he's got armor. I feel like, holy, when you've got an AC of 19, you've got an AC of 19. Like, strip him down. Yum yum, happy
We gotta
birthday,
strip them
fish.
down.
Don't kill him, you clown. It's bad guy's turn. Bad guy's gonna magic missile Astra.
We're all nerds.
Actually, yeah, he's gonna magic missile Astra.
That's
4 plus 6 is 6 plus 11. I can do math. I know that sounded like word jumble, but it was good in my brain. Dimble, it's your turn.
okay. I'm gonna shoot.
Are you allergic to uniforms? Or is that just weak? Unfortunately, not enough to hit him.
What?
It's Astra's turn. One one one. 1 1 1 1 1
1
1
1 1
1 1 1
1.
Drinking a potion is a bonus action. Force feeding a potion to someone else is an action. Okay? Standard, right? You heal by 7. Healing potions are kind of shit, to be honest. Until you get better ones, better healing potions. Healing in D&D in general is quite weak.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Isn't that the winter whip? I think that's the winter whip. But yeah, you can do that. You most definitely can. Oh, Spring Whip will just heal you though. Okay. I need to make a dex save, which I fail. You can roll 2d8. That is enough to kill him. Yeah, he did. So yeah, you're out of initiative. You can all fully heal yourself and fully spell slot yourself. Time for a review of these first 3 rooms, I suppose. But first of all, what did you learn from that?
Positioning.
What did you learn about positioning?
Do it better.
It's a very in-depth look. Dabo learned that he can dodge every turn. Yes, hiding behind things does give you cover, which increases your AC. Oh no, Red Guy just had an AC of 18. Like, the Rock didn't do anything for him, really. He did have an AC, he would have had a higher AC against Dabo, but Dabo has a thing that kills cover. Yeah, but cover is very helpful. That's why Yellow Chick survived an attack because of it. Cover does help, especially if you're a ranged person. Is there anything else you learned from this fight? Astra has bad luck? I wouldn't say that. She has her moments of bad luck, but definitely think Dabo was screwed over by RNG more. Holding actions? Interesting. Okay. You provided some valuable insight. So now it's time for Senpai Biki to teach you something. So I will basically go over what each of these 3 first rooms was supposed to teach you. First room, basically supposed to teach you that sustained damage on a single target is not easy for anyone apart from Astra. Dabo will get most of his damage from sneak attacks, and Dimble will get most of his damage from spells against groups, or generally dealing area damage, as opposed to single target. Single target, yeah, he can do some damage, but it's not going to be as amazing as Astra's single target damage. Yes, it's kind of a tutorial. It also helps me learn more things, but combat is going to get harder.
I have spells though. I'm not.
No, I'm not saying spells. I'm saying you're more about utility than raw single target damage. I don't know why that's funny.
It's not funny.
It's like the sky is blue. Yeah, the sky is blue.
I just don't have many stuff that can actually do that.
You definitely do now. Right, currently, in your current position, you have more area effectiveness and more utility than you do raw damage.
What?
Your raw damage kind of sucks.
What?
Secondly, the ranged test, kind of a dud considering the hook shot, but out of curiosity, Astra, if you did not have the hook shot, what would you do? What would you have done to kill the ranged, the far away scarecrow? So we would have to climb down, then go to the other side, then climb up, sort of thing. Generally speaking, it means Astra kind of sucks at range. She can get there, but it would take like her whole turn. The charge attack definitely helps with that, though. Generally, James would have the best chance of doing this. That long range attacks. Dimble's also very strong at long range too. Now for the third one. What did the third one teach you guys? Hide behind things. Very important. This one was mostly to teach you about two things: positioning and which targets you should focus. So positioning, taking cover is very good. Astra should always be in the front line. For instance, James, at one point, James was like here and Astra was here. Right, something like that, right? This shouldn't really happen because Astra can't tank the damage and James is just going to get killed. Similarly, which order should you focus targets?
Mages, then rangers, then the guys.
That's basically true, yes. These two are your main priorities, healers and spellcasters. Spellcasters deal the most damage, and they can burst down. Like, really, if, like, at this current level, I could easily introduce creatures that could not one hit, but two hit people like Dimble and James very easily. And you'd have to deal with them first, or else they're just going to kill you all. Then you want to deal with rangers, and rogues and assassins and that kind of thing, because they do the most sustained amount of damage. They do damage all the time. And then these two, because basic tanks and fighters, they're typically much easier to avoid. Like the Guardian of Light, for instance, is a great way of dealing with them, and you don't need to worry about them too much because typically the damage isn't that good. You did focus to an extent, but at the same time, the last two people alive were the mage and the ranger. When you guys were fighting them over here, you probably should have moved up and attacked the squishies first, because the tanks are easier to deal with, and you probably would have had an easier time. Similarly, that blinding effect, for instance, like the spellcasters not only do damage, but they can have pretty annoying effects. They can make you completely useless for a turn or for 2 turns or something like that. So that's generally what was to be taught, and I hope that's a good takeaway from it. Also, a side note for like James is sneak attacks very important. Try and get them as much as possible. It's very good, very easy to team up with Astra, because if Astra runs in at a person and starts attacking them, you get sneak attacks on them. Especially if that's someone like a ranger or a healer or someone's kind of high priority. Yeah, exactly. If she ran to the squishy targets, again, easier time. So positioning, important. We don't really have time to go through the other things, but I can show you them and basically be like, what would you do with this sort of thing to teach you? So this one, this is a map. I'm trying to move some people around. So yeah, there is a gelatinous cube here. There are 7 enemies, and each of these enemies has a way that the environment can kill them without you needing to make regular attacks. Imagine all of these guys were pretty tanky enemies. Imagine, like the blue guy, for instance. Blue guy was pretty tanky. How would you go about killing each of these guys? Not we take it in turns.
This guy can just
Bongo. Pick one.
This guy.
Yes, this guy can definitely just be pushed into a bottomless pit. Painful. So that's Bongo. Astra, you pick one. Which one would you kill and how? Yeah. A lot of the time, you can convince someone who's a third party to attack for you. It could be a city guard or something, or it could be a civilian. You can convince, or it could be a monster sort of thing, and you can sort of use them to your advantage by sort of, if there's a 3-way fight going on, you can make it a 2v1 sort of dealy instead of a 1v1v1. So yeah, that's how you can deal with that guy. Let's delete them when they're done. James, Dabo, which one do you want to kill? The gelatinous cube itself. Yeah, you could make the gelatinous cube fall off the pit too. Gelatinous cubes aren't very smart. Honestly, the gelatinous cube wasn't even meant to be an enemy in this thing in terms of thinking how to kill it. But yes, very clever. You can lead that into the pit too. Bongo.
So I'm gonna guess these are explosive barrels.
They could be.
Yeah, I would probably shoot them.
Yeah, shoot them, set fire to them, something like that. Because if you hit them with a burning hands, for instance, or some other kind of fire spell which has some range to it, not only do they get hit by the fire damage, but then if that barrel's explosive, it also hits them with the explosive damage. Crazy damage. Okay, Lime. Can you think of another one? Go on the left. Yep, dropping heavy objects, can deal some damage, can knock people unconscious, can even kill people. You may think these are really obvious looking, but that's because I presented them in a very obvious way. You can use these with they're usually more subtle ways or ways I haven't thought of. So Dabo, there's 3 left. Yep. Can you think of any way else you could use the spikes and that dude? What if you're not strong enough to push him in? Yeah, you could rip them off, use them as an improvised weapon. That's another idea. Improvised weapons are pretty useful if you, for instance, don't have a weapon for yourself. Grab a spike, grab a shard of wood from a barrel. They're not as strong, but they're a weapon still, so they're stronger than your fists. Yeah, Bongo. 2 left.
I'm gonna guess this is an elevated platform, correct?
Yes, these platforms are increasingly elevated.
So if you could knock out the supports.
Yeah, you could definitely knock out the supports. That's actually not what I planned on doing, but yeah, you can knock out the supports, causing the whole thing to collapse on
off.
Yeah, simple. It's very simple, but you'd be surprised at how many people don't take advantage of just pushing people off cliffs, of high points. Does a lot of damage, and probably more damage than you can do with a shot or a sword attack or something like that. Bonus points if it's someone like Astra, she can charge attack someone, causing them to, instead of doing the bonus damage from the charge attack, she can sacrifice 5 damage to knock them back 10 feet. Or she could use her whip to pull someone off of an object, which deals extra damage because they're falling. So don't just think about, this says this does that much damage. Like, similarly, fire things. You could use fire to burn something to do extra damage. That sort of thing. And the last guy, Lime. Got an idea of how to kill a guy who's climbing up or down ladder? What if the ladder is fixed in place? Make it more challenging. The ladder's fixed in place. This guy's a pretty tanky guy.
Is the ladder wooden?
Yeah, I'd say it's wooden. Reinforced, so it's not going to burn super easy, but it's wooden. Yeah, you could pull him off. Try and think outside the box. This guy is currently on this ladder. There's platform above, and there's ground below him. What could you do? You're in initiative. You want to kill this guy, but you know he's quite tough, so it's going to be a bit of force to kill him. You don't necessarily have to kill him with one hit, though. Any ideas? Anyone?
I mean, you could just shoot at him.
Yeah, you could definitely shoot at him. But what's to stop him from? Yeah, that is true. But what's to stop him from just quickly climbing up the ladder? Or climbing down the ladder and attacking you with his sword.
Get him to lose his grip.
There are definitely ways to get him to bruise lip. To bruise lip.
Bruise lip. Bruise those lips.
Bruise lip instead of lose grip.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. Well, there isn't a right answer, really. It's more just to see what you guys think of. One idea could be you could set fire to the bottom of the ladder so he can't climb down without setting fire to himself. And that would force him to be at the top. And if he's up at the top, he can't really dodge much. Or if you were at the top of the ladder and at the bottom of the ladder, you could basically block him to keep him stuck on the ladder. Because if he's stuck on the ladder, he can't shoot at you, really. He would have disadvantage on attacks, and you'd have advantage to hit him. You can also, for instance, with the spikes, you could not necessarily push them into the spikes, but make it so that they have no choice but to run through the spikes or fight you. So you're sort of getting them stuck. Cornering them at the edge of a tall building, that's another way. Using the environment to your advantage, sort of thing. Yeah, you could. If the ladder wasn't fixed in place, you could literally just push the ladder over.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Next one's a bit of a fun one.
Pull out a ladder to hit him on the ladder.
These two scenes, simple scenes. Currently, your team is here in this bar scene, so they're outside in this street. Yeah.
Okay.
Ambushing, it gives you an advantage going into combat, and it's very important to learn how to ambush because it can completely. If you get a good start to a combat, taking out a really strong enemy before the combat even begins, that puts you so far ahead.
Can we just set
You
the
can do
bar
this
on fire?
Yes, setting the bar on fire could cause many alcoholic things to explode, cause rough terrain, cause fire damage. There you go. I'm confused.
He wants to talk.
Oh, I was confused. I thought you meant can I go as in leave.
Yeah, can I go, please? Please let me go.
Please let me go. No, you'll never leave.
Okay, you guys need to watch this video. Okay, well, it's a bad thing. Whatever.
This probably caused me to lag like crazy.
It's a good video.
I'll watch that later because it's quite a long video.
Yeah.
So yeah, causing distraction is very good. Or getting an ambush, causing an explosion or fire, good. Another way is by something that Line pointed out earlier, which is held actions. For instance, you could make a plan beforehand, go into the building, have two people hold their actions to attack as soon as. So, for instance, the three of you could go in. Dimble and Astra could hold their actions to attack as soon as James attacks. Then, when James attacks, both of you two trigger your attacks, and you've got 3 attacks off before even rolling initiative. And those attacks would all be with advantage because they're surprise attacks and sneak attack. So it's sort of like you can get huge advantage that way. What would you do in this one? You're walking down this hallway and you see 3 tough enemies around the corner.
Throw gasoline onto their fire.
The wooden thing at the back is a bookshelf. You could. Do you have gasoline with you all the time? Also, that probably wouldn't cause an explosion. That would just cause more fire.
Wait, do I still have that barrel? I
No,
can't.
you sold it.
Oh dang it, we sold the.
I mean, you sold it for not that much money, and then Erik
Wait,
stole
didn't we
more
steal
money.
it? We still.
No, he didn't. He couldn't steal it back because it was too heavy.
Oh, dang
They didn't give. He didn't give him a good deal. Well, he gave him a good deal. Then Erik decided to lie about where they got it from, and then he stole more money from him.
it.
Yeah, you could definitely push. You could definitely push one of them onto the fire. Anything else? You've probably be able to think about several ways that you can like get an advantage before the combat starts. What if I mentioned that they have not seen you yet?
You could just sneak up and push one into the fire.
Yeah, we would have said that one. Okay, Astra, you're going to distract them with an arrow. What are you going to do when you distract them?
Push them into the fire. Oh yeah, we could each just take one of them and put them into the fire if you distract them.
Well, you don't have arrows, but you can easily find a rock or something to distract someone with by throwing it. And you do. There are still bows and arrows, but they're just high tech.
High tech.
So yeah, you throw a rock somewhere, distract them, drop a Skyrim style where they're like,
throw it over there.
"What was that?"
Each person take one and put them in the fire.
In Skyrim you shoot them in the face with an arrow, and they're like, "What was that?"
What
And then
was
a few
that?
seconds later, after stealthing, like, "Must have just been my imagination."
What was that?
What was that?
What was that?
Who was there? But yeah, no, you've given good ideas. One good thing you could do is throw a rock, say here, wait for one of them to go investigate it, and when they go investigate it, take them out, isolate them. If you do it successfully enough, you can even do that to like several people, like pick them up one at a time. You can be done several ways. You could set up explosives traps. You can literally set up a trap and bait someone into it. It's not that far-fetched to get trap spells, or not that kind of trap spell. Oh god.
Traps are good.
And but yeah, you can make traps, lure them into it, that sort of thing. Lots of different possibilities. Rich land, no trap.
No Chihiro.
Yeah, you could literally like, if you're going to attack though, it's a good idea to get everyone involved in the attack, so everyone readies an action. So James would ready an action to shoot someone, Dimble would ready an action to shoot someone, and Astra is like, okay, ready your actions. So when I summon Guardian of Light, then they'll shoot. So Guardian of Light gets summoned, 2 shots go off. One person's already on half health when the initiative is rolled. Makes combat so much easier. That's basically all there is. There is one more, which was supposed to be a full-on combat encounter, which we can do if you want. Would you like to do it? You will be fully healed, fully spell slotted.
Sure.
Your job is to take out a monk. There is a monk in a temple, and this monk is a bad guy. He's in this city, this typical city, and yeah, he's supposed to go to this temple and kill the guy because he's a bad guy. You're on neutral terms with the city itself, though. The monk is the only one you're like instructed to kill because he's like an evil mage sorcerer. That's your setup. You can see this map, right?
Yeah. So these are all rocks, I'm assuming?
That is like a mountain face, and it sort of goes up an incline. These stairs go up to another area, and this black area here is the temple, which you can't see inside. No, you're neutral, but there are guards. Just
We
healing
don't
you
have
guys up.
Erik to persuade them.
Cool, you're all healed up. Your spell slots and that sort of thing. You don't really know. You don't really go to temples that often. One thing we'll mention: this is a pretty like homely town. It's not a very they don't have a lot of guards or anything. They don't have a lot of. It's not common to see adventurers walking around with lots of weapons and stuff. So they might be a bit put off by the idea that you have weapons, but they wouldn't outright attack you or anything. Yeah. What do you guys want to do? I mean, don't worry about out of order. It's just the back part of the background.
Can we go there?
No, it's not a ravine. No, don't worry about the background.
But I want to worry about the background.
Don't worry about the background.
No, but like, it doesn't matter what's there. Can we go there?
No, you can't go to the background.
What? No. What? Why can't we go here?
What are you asking then, Lime? Oh, sorry, you were confusing me. Would mostly be surrounded by rocks, so you couldn't really throw them off. No. Just imagine this is like surrounded by rocks, effectively. But this lower plane here is about 30 feet lower than the upper plane, which is this bit. There is some way you could throw people off of if you wanted to. How do you get the two guards down here without it to be alarmed? Do you need to deal with the guards aggressively? You could try talking to them. Of course, you don't have to. You could just kill them. Planning combat. Very clever thing to. Oh, I just need to reveal the temple, lol. But yeah, that's the temple.
That is the temple. Dang it.
Doesn't really matter.
Now we don't have a cool background.
I could put the background back in if I can be bothered.
I want a background. Background or riot?
I'll give you a background. So we get it, okay? Oh god, what do we know about these ladies? What do we know about the ladies? They're civilians, probably.
Wait a second.
The temple is open to civilians.
Wait a second.
Yeah, what?
Oh, wait a second. This is not.
So yeah, there are some civilians in the temple. Are civilians usually armed? No, not really. In fact, you suspect the only reason the monk is allowed in there is because he typically uses his fists. The monks typically use their fists to fight, so he wouldn't have any weapons on him. He's a bad guy. Don't worry too much about the story. I know you like story, but this is more of a combat training instead of story. The guy is super evil. The guy is super evil and is planning on killing all the civilians. There we go. He wants to kill those ladies.
Wait, but he's not going to use the ladies?
Wait, what? Use them sausages. Arcana. It must be Arcana. Arcana's totally the only organization big enough.
Nah.
Nah.
Hmm.
Nah. But yeah, this is just a standard temple in this city. Is it a big people with lots of guards? The guards are for the temple, yeah. They're city guards. So you don't think they have any like affiliation with the monk either. They probably just let the monk in because he doesn't have any weapons and was going to pray at the temple. See, this is good. Planning is good. Better to spend an hour planning and 10 minutes fighting than 10 minutes planning and an hour fighting. This isn't Arcana, no, but it's part of a city, and Arcana's well known. Plus, Astra does have like the documents and the sigils and stuff to prove that she's from Arcana.
Ah, yes, I think they will definitely go for that. Hmm.
Dimple.
Hmm. Baka.
Baka? It's the closest thing I have to a Babaka. So you're approaching the guards. Hold. There are no weapons allowed at the temple.
I'm just gonna hide my weapon.
Okay.
No, I don't have any weapons here. Oh, no weapons here.
For Arcana. Mm. Oh, you're not saying that, Tim. Okay. Oh, well, we're part of the city's guard. What is it? And he's gonna give it a quick investigation check. Yes, I definitely know these things. Yes, you're definitely an Arcana agent. Yes. Oh, what is it? He rolled very low on his investigation check. Yeah, he does. He just doesn't know. He has no idea what these documents are. He's never seen them really before. He just assumes they're real. Oh, a criminal? Well, only 5 people have passed in there recently. Who is it?
And
A monk. Oh, yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Wearing all kinds of rings and necklaces. Definitely looked quite different. But he wasn't carrying any weapons, so we let him through. How bad is this guy?
he's
Bad
pretty,
guy monk.
pretty bad hombre.
How dangerous is he?
We don't know. And that's why we can't just assume he's weak.
Keeping them hostages. That's troubling. They went in about an hour ago and haven't come out since, but we had just assumed they were praying, so we didn't go on want to disturb them.
Oh no.
I should probably leave one guard behind just to keep an eye on you lot. Not that I don't trust you, it's just it's protocol. But yeah, if this guy's keeping hostages, they'll definitely want to get more guards in. So one guard walks off. We probably shouldn't go in there until we get more guards, right? Just take a peek. All right, well, we'll take a peek. Yeah, it's fine. All right. You wait. You wait about 10 minutes, and yeah, that's a good point. So you wait, and 4 more guards arrive. There we go. So we should what? Oh, is it an image? You've still got a ways to go. So yeah, simple guards, right? It's like, so should we have a look then? The guy goes up to the window. Okay. Comes back. Yeah, he didn't notice me. He doesn't seem to be suspicious right now. Just praying. But you're 100% sure this guy's bad, right? You are 100%, yeah. Just to make this not too. Okay. Very well. Okay. How do you want to do this? We got the jump on him. We could set up 2 walls of archers. You know that all the guards have a sword and a bow, so yeah. It's up to you. Because yeah, there are windows to the temple as well on the right and left, by the way. Right and left. I'd rather avoid damage to the temple if possible. Typically, breaking windows of a temple doesn't really go down well with the temple goers. Well, they're pretty easy to open, but wouldn't it be a bit strange if a bunch of guards were opening the windows? That's definitely be best. We've got more space, and that way the ladies inside will be safe. Get ready to fire bows there.
Let's move.
That's why they're being derpy. They were diagonal. Both very long range, but they can shoot basically from anywhere here. Apart from down here, might be a bit awkward because of the cliff face. Very well, you've blocked the entrance as soon as it comes out. When should we shoot? Should we shoot as soon as he comes out, or as soon as the guardian is summoned? Just rolling a perception check to see if he's noticing any of this hubbub that's going on outside. Because it's quite an elaborate system, so it's requiring some communication. We're good with either, but he's not good. We can shoot him as soon as he's like 10 feet out of the door, so you still have space to put your guardian if you want. Okay, so as soon as he's right here, that'll give you space to summon the guardian. We'll all shoot him. We should probably be a bit more out of sight then.
Is he a creep?
So the guards sort of take a bit of a widespread now, making it a bit harder to see them, obviously. What are your two friends going to do? We could have a plan B. What if he doesn't come out? What's the play then?
Dabo, you have a long ways to go.
Can you lure him out with an attractive lady? I don't know. How attractive is Dimble with a wig?
Pretty attractive.
How attractive is Astra? You could roll for it.
Can we just look at that? Can we blow that up? There we go, look at that. Now that's pretty attractive.
That's Dimble. What Dimble wishes he looked like. He does look more like a fish person. He is a lizard, yeah.
Okay, shut up. I put that picture there before you decided that.
Actually, no, it was after I decided it, but before you must not have paid attention the first time.
Yeah, I don't pay attention much.
Although I think you made your character separate to me.
Yeah, I
making my
did.
thing,
I
so
made
you
it
didn't
way
know.
before.
But I made my thing before. We both made it before we knew. We don't have much time. What do we do? What is the other two going to do? What's the short one and the sneaky one going to do?
Sneaky boy?
Is he a creep? I don't know if he's a creep. Do you know if he's a creep? It wasn't in his profile for bad guy stuff.
Alright, I'm gonna... Yeah, this guy's definitely
James is luring him here. So if the sneaky one lures him here, you summon the Guardian. What's the short one doing? He joined the shooting range.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Dimble just takes a place on the shooting range. You have intel. You know that this guy is one of the worst criminals alive. He is a lemon stealing whore. That's a joke. He's not a lemon stealing whore.
Although he has stolen both of those things.
He has stolen lemons and he is a whore, but he's not a lemon stealing whore.
Wait. Wait. That doesn't make sense.
I'm just joking about all this stuff that you're taking. So yes, his crime is a lemon stealing whore. The worst type of criminal ever.
Well, what's criminal ever?
We should probably get a move on then.
Let's go. Go, go, go. Breach, breach, breach. Play the trumpets of battle.
Just sound like the first two notes to the Titanic song. But that's probably because I just heard that song.
First two notes.
In squeaky notes. Yeah, it just sounds like the squeaky notes of the Titanic song. Yeah. Dear criminal. Bad guy criminal.
Bad guy.
Don't focus too much on the story about things.
But
He's bad
the
guy
story
criminal.
is good. We need story to the...
You don't need story in the combat training session.
I do need story. You don't understand me.
I need Erik for this. That is one thing that Erik is good at for combat, is ambushes. Fucking, who's dying in the background? Getting murdered.
Oh, sorry, I was looking for my second Santa hat.
Oh, okay. For your second head. Oh god, that wasn't supposed to be dirty.
I don't know where my second Santa hat is.
Have you checked your second head?
No, it's not there. Oh, there's my handcuffs.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I can find my handcuffs. I can find. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just moving Astra there because it wouldn't make sense for her to be in front of the archers. Oh, one of us should lure him. How should we lure him? I can lure him if you want.
Go.
Just say I need to talk to him for a moment outside. He's likely to start a fight in the temple, and if he doesn't see a threat coming, and that way your shooting friend there can also join the firing range.
Yes, very true.
I don't know though, but what if nobody's planning on meeting him? Might find that more suspicious than just saying that I need to talk to him outside. Even if he suspects it's bad, he probably will go outside and then try fighting me then. Although I'm open to suggestions.
No, I think that's good.
Very well. So the guard moves out. Moves into the temple. You can't really hear what's going on, but there are perception checks and insight checks and stuff getting rolled.
I can hear them.
Okay. You can look through the window. Give me a perception check and a stealth check. Not Dabo, because Dabo is kind of far away, isn't he? Where's Dabo? Yeah, James can't. James wouldn't be able to see or hear anything, but Astra can because she's close enough to the window. Okay, and a stealth check. I rolled an 11 for my perception. He looks out the window and you quickly duck your head down, but what you saw is that the guy seems to be talking with him, and the guy seems to be stepping towards the door, but a bit cautiously. And you get ready.
Alright, let's go. Ready, action to shoot.
The guy steps just outside the door. But he looks around, quite panicked, and quickly the guard behind him kicks him out with a good strength check. Guardian of Faith gets summoned, but first of all, James and Dimble, make your attacks. Your one attack. This lady's a Guardian of Faith now. Guardian of Might. That's the Thundermonger. Hit missing, unfortunately.
Shoot.
Actually, you have advantage. You have advantage because it's a
Oh, we
surprise
do? So roll another
But
D20 plus 7.
attack. What's that, 20 plus 1? Why are you doing a 20 plus 7? Oh, because you've already rolled damage.
Yeah.
7 with sharpshooter. That's going to miss with sharpshooter. Yeah, that's pretty decent AC. Sorry, you said it with sharpshooter. First one's going to hit 7 damage. Okay, now time to roll 7 bows. Miss. Miss. Hit. Miss. Miss. Hit. And I think we'll one more. Hit. Okay, so 3 hits. Oh no, they roll with advantage. Oh fuck. Okay, so I'll re-roll those 4 that missed. Guardian doesn't attack yet. Okay, all but 1 hit, and one of them is crit. So I'll basically just roll 7 times the damage. I'll just roll it on this. Just doing math. 6 times 4, 24.
28. Wait, 24. Yeah.
Yeah, 24.
I was thinking 7 for some reason.
45 points of damage in total. And please roll initiative. See, that is how to do an ambush. You took off 60 to 70% of his health.
Yeah, it's a little ouchy.
And it makes, and here's the thing: the time you spent planning isn't wasted time, because that took off a huge chunk of his health, and you didn't have to waste. You used one spell, as a team, and lost no health so far.
That's a lot of ones.
Yeah, it's quite a few ones actually. They're all pretty low on the damage. That one of them missed while having advantage. Who do I need to roll for? Just the birds and that guy. And this guy has 18. So it is Astra's turn first. What will you do, Astra?
Guessing it.
She can walk 30. She can walk 30. Two sword attacks, okay. First attack. I'm going to hit, dealing 14 damage. Would you like Thunderous Smite? Not Thunderous. I keep calling it Thunderous. It's not Thunderous. It's Holy Smite. Okay, add 2d6s. So roll 2d6s. That's 6 damage. The second attack hits and finishes him off. Just to be clear, this is the kind of difficulty of combat level. This is the kind of difficulty combat that I typically have in my campaigns. You can deal with combat quite well if you plan. Obviously, you can't plan all combats, because some combats will ambush you. Like when you're on that boat in the river, for instance. You couldn't really plan that combat. However, well, here's the thing. This guy could summon 2 archers. He could summon a healing wisp. He could hit people for a lot of damage, but you avoided all of it because of good ambush. Also, you got more guards. Most people wouldn't have thought to get more guards. Those 4 more guards was 4 extra shots with advantage, which took off like what? About 12 health for 4 initiative. Yeah, 12 is a decent amount. Because here's the thing: if he didn't take that 12 damage, Astra wouldn't have killed him. He would have had a turn in combat. He would summon 2 archers, 2 more enemies to deal with, or he'd be able to attack Astra a lot or kill one of the guards or something. Yeah, that's also 4 more bows for the entire combat. And here's the thing: this combat encounter probably would have taken the exact amount of time if you just charged up there and attacked him, but you would have lost a lot more health and spell slots and stuff. And yeah, usually NPCs don't trust you this much. However, that's not really a combat thing. That's more of an Erik needs to make people trust you, or you need to set up traps. It might not always be setting up a trap with other NPCs. You can do this same thing without any of these archers. You could just do it with the few people you have and set up a bear trap outside the door or something like that. This is just talking about the combat sides of things. Also, another thing is, if you've got one powerful enemy, crowd control is very important. Like slowing that enemy down, stunning that enemy, blocking that enemy off with walls, basically making it really irritating for that enemy to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, stunning shot. Dabo's got a stunning shot, which if he did that as his he could have held an action to do a stunning shot, and that would have if he did that, you would have gotten another turn against him. But it's good that you noticed that so you can improve. Now, you're probably wondering who got the highest score of the grades. And I'm not making it up,
Astra.
but you literally had a tie between two of you. Can you guess which two you tied?
Not Dabo.
Actually, Dabo was one of the people you tied.
What?
And Lime.
Dang it.
You got the lowest score. Not by much, but very slightly. Because they gave me more insight into things that they learned.
Because I didn't have much.
Your answer for everything was, oh, yeah, I shot the guy. I have okay range.
Yeah, because I don't really have much. I think my whole thing is I just don't. I have like 2 items I can use, and then I can use them like once.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily all it's about. You didn't tell me anything about learning how to use cover, for instance, or about
I did say that actually.
your positioning.
I did say that as well.
Well, I'll have to check the recording. Regardless, I felt like Dabo and Lime consistently said it more. But since there's a tie, you can decide as a team who gets this item. Where is it? Astra. That's basically the end of the session as well. But yeah, if there's anything you think I can improve on as a GM, please do tell me. I would love to hear your criticism. Well, I'd hate to hear your criticism, but I know I need to hear criticism. It would be decent on Erik. Erik does pathetic damage. Like he'd do even less than Dimble did in that training dummy thing. I think the only person who would do more than Astra is maybe Kaji. The thing you've got to think about, yeah, is who could stand to do more in combat. Like, take someone who like can do a lot. Who would make the most use of it in terms of like they can't do much right now, so give them something to do. Take Dabo, for instance. Dabo probably wouldn't be very good with this item because he already has a magic item that can do 3 things, and he's got quite a lot of versatility with spells and stuff and mobility, so he's already pretty. He doesn't need anything. I mean, yeah, your RNG sucks, but it wouldn't be terrible on you. Honestly, it wouldn't be terrible on anyone because that's quite a good item. Bongo was saying how he couldn't do anything. This would give him definitely things to do.
Yeah, my bonus actions are like.
Yeah, especially when you consider Dabo has got quite a lot of things. Well, no, the only person in this group, 2 people in this group, I'm thinking 2 people can do bonus actions, and 3, Erik. So Erik, Astra, and Kaji would not make very good use of this item because they use their bonus actions very frequently.
I have 1 spell that can 2 spells that use bonus actions, and that's it.
Which means Bongo could very easily make use of this because it uses bonus actions. And Dabo's bonus actions are the second most useless, probably, because he just doesn't use them very often, and he has cunning action as well. That's the thing to consider, is who uses these bonus actions and stuff. Because if Astra got it, for instance, Astra would then have to decide, do I want to use my dash attack, use my smite, use my divine rage, or use this flute of commander? She already has 3 things that she'll pretty frequently use a bonus action for. She even has the other one that she doesn't use. What's it called? Divine Sense? I think that's a bonus action. Although it might be an action. And she never uses it, but that's mostly because it's not a very good ability. I mean, it's okay. It basically senses if there's good or evil things within like 100 feet of you or something. Yeah, you can use it like 4 times a day as well. You just never use it. It's not that good because here's the thing. How often do you go against truly good or truly evil creatures? not very frequently. Don't get me wrong, it has its merit, but it's one of those abilities that's very forgettable. You should use it though. Basically, just we're investigating this cave. Might as well use a quick divine sense to know if there's any super evil people. It has its use, but it's not as good as it sounds because it won't detect, for instance, orcs. If you were against an enemy, a group of enemy orcs, it wouldn't detect them because they're not evil creatures inherently. If you were against necromancers or something, it would detect them because they're typically evil. It's also good at finding like hostages or something because hostages would be considered good. It's a bit of a weird thing. Gelatinous cubes, for instance, wouldn't detect them. Wouldn't detect rust monsters either, or most monster types, because most monsters aren't evil; they're just neutral. Giving it to Dimble. Which item do you want to unattune to? Because I think you've already got 4, right? And you can attune to 4.
Do I have 4?
I think you said before you had 4, but I don't know. If that's
I have the robe. Oh yeah, I have my robe, my the bag of holding, the
Is bag
cactus.
holding. Do you need to attune to bag holding?
Do you?
I don't think you do.
If not, then I only am attuned to 3, I think.
Then you can attune to a 4. Can we just talk about how bunny drone is a thing, and Erik never uses bunny drone?
Oh yeah, bunny drone is just never.
Bunny drone is super good as well.
Oh yeah, it doesn't say it requires attunement.
So yeah, you can attune to this as well. But I'm just checking bunny drone. Bunny drone can be deployed in combat with an action, and it can be set to copy a level 1 spell that you know. It currently has 2 spell slots.
Dude, that's
So
amazing.
basically, it's 2 free level 1 spells, and you never use it. And it's an extra
What?
creature that can take damage and stuff.
That's great.
Yeah, I think everyone did a good job of using their items though. Cactus launch got used. Kind of badly, but
yeah, badly because it wasn't a moving target.
Cactus launch could also be very good for like you know that example where the guy was on the ladder, throwing the cactus bits on the floor or at the top of the ladder is a good area.
That'd be a good idea.
It's one of those things that even if it doesn't do that much damage, it will deter enemies from wanting to go there.
Yeah.
So I'll just make this only yours. That's how I remember who's attuned to what. There you go. So what can it all do? It can make a target invisible for 10 minutes. It can increase the target's healing by 50%. Healing received by 50%. It can make someone have advantage on a ranged attack. Very good for like using on yourself or on James. You basically have the shield spell with the tank, but it can be used on allies as well. It's very good. If an ally's going to get hit by an attack, you can just be like, nope.
Nope.
Get 5 AC and spellcaster. Target a willing creature within 30 feet of you. The target's next spell will do 2 additional damage for every 10 damage it deals. So that's like 20% increase of damage, roughly. You only skip 2 areas, since these 2 are the same. These last 2 were just about teaching you about ambush attacks, and I wanted to give 2 examples. They're 2 very different things. First one was explosion to deal massive damage, and the second one was readying actions. But yeah. And it's not really a tutorial, it's more combat training. But yeah, I hope people learn things. And I hope it wasn't like coming across as like you know nothing, Jon Snow.
You idiots.
Because all of you actually did do things good in combat beforehand, but you also did things less good. And this was more a thing of like making more efficient stuff.
Yeah.
I think this combat probably taught you the most though, this M&M's combat.
Good old M&M's.
Yeah, M&M's. Spellcasters can be terrifying as well. like at this point in the game, you're going to start going up against spellcasters that can be like, oh, I can do 30 to 40 damage in one hit, and I can do that like 5 or 6 times to multiple people at once. So but they're all squishy. It's also a very good idea if any of you become like super spellcaster, give them your best armor. Invest in very good armor for your spellcaster, because enemies don't like spellcasters either. They will definitely go after spellcasters if they become annoying. You don't cast spells, really. You cast like what's it? Hellish Rebuke. Hellish Rebuke is the and what's your other spell? I can't remember what those spells. I think you've got 2 spells, right? But you only want 1 spell slot.
And then I'm just like shooter guy.
Oh yeah, speedy thing. You're shooter guy. I think Dimble's more of an all-rounder, because he's also got quite a lot of support abilities with his whole, I can make a bag of holding.
I mean,
artificers are just weird. Artificers aren't like, here's the thing about artificers. They're not really good at anything. They're just okay at everything.
I think one thing that if they do make Artificer official class that they should do is like define better how the whole magic item thing works, because now you can only like craft it once, so I'm like, couldn't you make more of it?
It is pretty poorly defined. Like, I think I was working on a custom class for an alchemist, and it's not complete or anything, but the way it works is every long rest you can craft potions, and these potions, it's kind of like, you know how spell slots and spells, at the start of the day you can pick which spells you want, or Lime can pick which spells she wants.
Yeah.
But she rarely changes them anyway because she's got like very few to pick from. The alchemist, instead of picking which spells she can cast that day, the alchemist has to craft the potions they'll use that day. So while Lime, for instance, could be like, I'll pick Cure Wounds as a spell I can cast. She can cast that as many times as she wants. The alchemist is going to have to think, I'll build 2 healing potions and 1 slowing potion. And it might not turn out well. He might have needed 3 healing potions, for instance. But he also sort of has to think about that beforehand. Also, I've got a thing. You know how you can pick which route you want to go? Like, how rogues can go for an assassin, or they can go for a swashbuckler or something like that. One of the alchemists' thing is the experimenter, who can like mix together different potions and create weird random spells that have like combined effects. Like he can create a fire that heals people, or something that slows people down and like makes them blind. Combined effects is cool. But yeah, I think the most important thing to learn about was positioning, because that was the thing people were terrible at. Like across the board, people weren't very good at it. Like frequently, you'd have James and Dimble like in front, and Astra like dealing with an enemy that's just sort of straggled to the back. The only person who doesn't really need to worry about positioning is Kaji, mostly because he's like kind of self-sufficient in that sense, and to get his damage off, he needs to be right next to people. Astra does too, but it doesn't matter because she's tanky. And she needs to be aware of where her allies are so she can be in front of them. Because if there's a melee person, James is here and Astra's here. If there's a melee person here, they're not going to go for James, you know? They're going to go for Astra because she's closer. Even if they want to go for James because he's squishier, they're going to go for Astra because she's more convenient of a target. Here's the thing. As a tank for the group, it's not necessarily a bad idea to just ignore enemies. Like, for the most part, you should really try and ignore tanks. Because tanks are... Unless the tank is also a healer, or also a summoner, or also a spellcaster, you know, because that can happen. Like paladins, for instance. There is worth in focusing a paladin. But you want to focus paladins after spellcaster still. Again, also this system, this order of focus right here, is subject to change. Obviously, if they have a really weak healer and a really strong like tank, if they have let's say they have a really weak spellcaster, yeah, who's like only casting magic missile, but they have a really strong ranger who can do 20 damage per shot. You'll want to take out the ranger first because it's just more a threat.
Yeah.
So it is subject to change. It's just a rough guide, really. But yeah, it's also like a very common D&D phrase of focus spellcasters because they're terrifying. Seriously, some spells, Moonbeam, terrifying spell. It's like 3d10 damage per turn, and you can just have it constant. It's one spell slot for 3d10 damage per turn, or it's 2d10, but 3d10 at higher levels. So it's like, yeah, that much damage per turn. You can move around. Heat metal is also kind of scary. Heat metal would seriously screw up someone like Astra. Or James. No, not James. James doesn't have heavy armor. Dimble would be screwed over by heat metal. I'm just going to make a note of that to make my people have heat metal. One person coming up does actually have heat metal. One person coming up in the game does have heat metal. And it's terrifying. Yeah, but that's, I think.
Alright.
Well, yeah.
Time to change all my guns into being plastic.
having like just wrap like string around them, so it's like a cloth handle. Here's the thing: heat metal doesn't set fires; it just makes things like very hot, and you don't just get a fire from being hot. You also need like a spark and air. That's the three things. It needs oxygen, a spark, and heat, right? Air. No, not that air.
Air is back.
Back again. Yeah. What do you think the most important thing you each individually learned is?
Use Thunderwave.
Thunderwave is good. Steely shot, yes, very important. Okay, just use this one ability. What is the most important thing you think you learned specifically for your character? Cover is very important, especially for you, like as a ranged person who's quite squishy. Since what? I'm confused.
Also, I kind of forgot I had.
Yeah, what is the most important thing you learned for your character specifically?
I kind of forgot I had Lucky.
Lucky's very good. Lucky's like the best feat. Everyone even says it's the best feat. Sharpshooter is very good for rangers who take like a ranged weapon, obviously. Not like rangers like Kachi, but decent for rogues as well. One thing, Dabo, Bongo's new item can make one person invisible for 10 minutes with a bonus action, so it's quite easy for him to like give you invisibility.
And that's what is that? That's gonna be 100 turns of combat. But they lose a little invisibility if they attack. So
yeah, but it basically gives him a free advantage sneak attack.
Yeah.
Or to get out of combat quickly. Not to mention, Bongo also has a thing that can just give you advantage on attack, on a ranged attack. So that's like 2 sneak attacks that Bongo could give you for free. And you have your hood, which admittedly takes more setup time because you actually have to use action, but could be worth.
I just need to find a way to use infused magic.
Infused magic. Explain, because Artifice is like the most complicated thing besides Mystic.
You can put your spells into objects, and then other people can use those spells.
Yeah, you get like a coin or something, and you can put like the haste spell or something in it. I've seen it used before, but yeah, it's more. It's you're not going to use it much, but it's more like, oh, you're going to go deliver a message. Here, take this coin that can give you haste, which makes you run super fast, or something like that. It's useful, but not all the time. And yeah, Astra's. I'm glad you learned that. Astra's a bit different in that cover is very rarely going to matter for Astra because she's very rarely going to be in cover, unless she's like against a lot of ranged enemies. Even then, though, if she's against a lot of ranged enemies, she's probably screwed anyway. I'm a bit surprised about exactly how much damage Astra did, though. I did think she'd do a bit less than that. It can't be on a bonus action. Otherwise, it'd be OP. Here's the thing, though. You can use it before combat, you know, and it lasts an hour. So you don't even need to use it for combat. Here, okay, I can remake the Loot of Minor Arcana, but it would have to be balanced out. Can't remember what it had. It had the summon. It could do a magic missile, which is fine. It could summon swords, which was okay, and did two other things which you never used. It could heal people. No, it couldn't heal people. It could summon 10 cups of drink of any kind, which was a non-combat ability, but you never used non-combat abilities. Non-combat abilities are weird like that. Like take Bearbot, for instance. We rarely used Bearbot.
I'm gonna pull out.
The thing that makes you invis potions. The alchemist class can make potions like invis potions. If you wanted, when you leveled up, you could take a point in alchemist.
Can I steal the name Bearbot for my mech?
You didn't really use it much as Mara. I think you used it a couple of times. It's just that he never died. Apart from that one time, it's like, "Milady, I believe we are falling down a pit," and like died in spikes or something. I believe we are being impaled by spikes.
Milady.
No, she just fell. She got thrown off of a cliff by a gorilla.
Oh gosh.
10 of cups. That was on it. Oh, and pentacles. See, the pentacles was a weird one. Target with the highest HP will take 1d4. See, that's the thing. It hurts one enemy and heals the rest, so it can be very useful. But it's only useful if the enemy is the one with the highest health. Helm of Insight, yeah. 1 AC and advantage on insight check. Or was it +1 to insight check? I think it was a +2 actually. It was either a +2 or advantage. Oh no, it was advantage once per day, wasn't it? No, it was just +1 to insight. Oh, because it also had the healing thing. That was a really good item. Honestly, though, I don't know why you gave it to Myra. Myra probably should not have gotten that. That would have been way better to someone like Erevan, because he needs the damage reduction and healing more than the tank does, and the extra AC. I think the thing that's confusing is in D&D, you don't want to give your character items that are similar to your own. For instance, you wouldn't want to give the whip of the seasons to a person who already uses a whip. You'd want to use it to someone who doesn't have a whip to give them more variety. Oh, Belt of Stars. I do remember making that. I don't remember what it does, though, at all. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, yeah. Oh. I remember this one. How OP can an item be that gives you sneak attack? Sneak attack is really easy to get, Dabo. You just need to attack creatures that Astra's attacking. Not to mention, Invoke Duplicity can give you a duplicate of yourself. If someone's next to that, you also get sneak attack. Astra's Guardian of Light would count as a friendly creature that you can get advantage with if you attack creatures that next to it. Not to mention any time you have advantage. So if you have a height advantage, you'd have sneak attacks. If you just snuck up on someone, you'd have sneak attacks. There's a lot of ways to get sneak attacks. You just need to constantly be on the lookout for it, because that's how you will get a lot more damage. It's more to get advantage, but the whole attacking someone... Here's the thing, as soon as there's melee people, really easy to sneak attack, because as soon as they're attacking one of your allies, you can get sneak attacks on them. The battle style probably was... I'll need to read up on it. Summon an exact copy of yourself, copy lasts 1 minute, and make any actions you would normally make. It makes your turn after you. You make control its actions however you both share spell slots, items. Fuck. That's actually pretty... Honestly, it's not that OP, but it kind of is. It's kind of like a double or nothing thing. Imbue bravery to fight ally getting 10 speed, 2 AC, and a +2 to all. Fucking hell. I was not good at balance back then, was I? Leo's bravery is so OP. Trap target in a water bowl for the next minute. They will make a DC. Blah blah. The target make no actions or movements, but it's immune to damage. Water bowl cannot be broken, but only lasts 1 minute. That's like banish basically. That's not OP. It's basically the banish spell. Yeah, the campaign did end soon after. Target units may heal both units until they have the same amount of HP. That's so OP. Look, seriously, you could target your very low health ally and a full health boss, and if they fail the saving throw, that full health boss has like very little health. It would almost be worth injuring someone like Dimble and then using it on a dragon, and the dragon would have like 10 health. Oh, and that is the underwear of benevolence is never coming back. Never. Because that was so overpowered.
Basically, Myra.
Especially because spell slots work differently in this. Can you have the underwear of sexiness? Myra wasn't OP, it was just her items. That being said, Guardian of Faith was also OP. Easily the strongest spell ever. But I don't think she was OP otherwise, it was just Guardian of Faith and every... yeah. I actually said it right once. Guardian of Faith and like every single item. No, the loot wasn't actually that OP. The loot was actually more awkward than anything else, but the pentagram, you'd probably only get like one tick out of it before everyone's like, fuck this, I'm moving out of this area. 6 of Wands is basically a level 4 magic missile, which, yeah, is decent, but nothing to write home about. Summon 10 cups full of whatever beverage of your choice. 4 of Swords was decent. That being said, the swords could do like 60 damage or something. What item? Oh, the barrier. Yeah, that's very good against ranged people. And good for ranged people. I think it's only against ranged spell attacks. But is Magic Missile a spell attack? No, it's not. It wouldn't work against Magic Missile. It would work against the Archer, though. I just need to check what it exactly does again. I'll bring a +2 registry. And I mean, honestly, not terrible. It would give a +2 to James's rifle shots. It's only a bonus action to put one up as well, so it should probably go to someone like. Probably wouldn't work very well on Astra because she uses her bonus actions every turn to dash or to smite or to lay on hands or to divine smite or divine challenge. It's got loads of things she can do. It's very good for someone like James if he gets a good high position to put that wall up to get a +2 to all of his attacks. It would mean basically effectively his sharpshooter bonus only minus his attack by 3 instead of 5. It would be better on James. Well, you can cycle out items, or if you don't like it, you can just get rid of it, sell it, get better items. There's also a feat you can take which allows you to use magic homebrew feat. You would not be able to afford the loot of Glamour Arcana with an Auroral Barrier Generator. You need at least 3 equal items. 3 items of equal value. Because this is like one spell, that this Barrier Generator can do. And it's not even a very good spell. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's very situational. But it could be worth some money. Not to mention, you could use a bonus action and then an action to put up 2 walls together, which would be double the effectiveness. And I don't know, it depends on who you sold it to. If you sold it to an archer or a magic item collector or something, it'll be worth considerably more than if you sold it to anyone else. Argy has the most useless magic item ever, though. Fruit of the Loom. Why are you looking at Fruit of the Loom, JPEG?
For the second image.
The second image.
Second.
Oh. Huh. Cool.
I officially want to change the name.
The loot, pretty damned expensive. I mean, it's like a very strong magic item, which has 4 spells on it. One of which is a pretty good burst spell. The other is kind of useless. Not useless, situational. I should stop calling items useless because they're not useless. They're just very situational.
Useless.
Although Kaji does have a useless magic item. It's very situational, yes, but it's also very bad. It can move vines and stuff once per day. Basically, it's the Druidcraft cantrip once per day. So you can I can move these vines out of the way for you guys.
Oh, those vines that are totally.
Or I can light a candle for you once a day, guys. I can snuff a candle. Ooh, powerful. That being said, it was like the first magic item I introduced, so it had to be weak. Can't really throw out a strong magic item right at the start of the campaign.
Kill any enemy in view.
Annihilate an enemy. I could give you a loot of the Minor Arcana if it was nerfed for cheaper, though. Because it only has 3 damaging spells, and the pentagram is very gimmicky. I'd probably have to change the pentagram spell because it just doesn't work very well. I'd probably change it to something where you pick 2 people, and those 2 people, one person gets a health drained and the other one gets healed. Kind of like the Whip of Spring, but better. Also, you can upgrade magic items, with money. If you have a magic item that you already like the Whip of Seasons, you can make it do more damage, for instance.
What?
It costs money, but you can upgrade things. I would also even probably offer Dimble the chance to upgrade things with enough time, because he's an artificer and works with magic items. So if you want to upgrade things, in fact, fuck it, I'll do it now. Dimble, pick a magic item that the team has, because you can upgrade it. You spend enough time with the team, you can upgrade a magic item.
I would like to upgrade.
Apart from the most recent one. Can't do that one, because the only 2 I think you can't do is the most recent one and James's Glove of the Blacksmith, because that's a bit of a special one that has special means of upgrading it. But yeah, you can do Astra's Whip. You have Astra's Whip. You have. You don't have the Trident helmet anymore. Don't know why you'd want the Trident helmet anymore.
Wait, what's Astra's Whip?
Astra's Whip has 4 spells on it, each dealing 2d8 damage and having additional effects like pushing and pulling. It can push and pull. It can heal. It can burn, and it can do something else, which I can't remember.
Has Astra ever used that whip?
Yeah, she uses it quite a lot now. She uses it in a session. She uses it with the healing thing. It's basically her utility.
Alright, I will upgrade that. After I upgrade the revealing chest armor.
Oh god, the revealing chest armor. Oh god.
I do.
Bongo also has a shotgun. Oh no, that's not Bongo. That's Sherry.
No, I have a rifle.
She gave it to Sean. Not you. Not Bongo. I meant Bearpool had a shotgun. Has a shotgun. But he doesn't even have a shotgun. Hook shot's very good. You could upgrade the hook shot, but I don't know why you would. Could upgrade the Circlet of Healing, which is the thing that what's the face has. Names. Lata. Is it Lata? I think it's Lata. You could upgrade the Cactus Launcher, the Bunny Drone, Band of Pyromancy.
Ah, there's so much stuff. So if I upgraded the Cactus Launcher, what would happen?
It would depend. The effect could be random. I'd probably make you roll for the effect. It would always be better, but the effect it could make it. It could mean it lasts longer. It could do more damage.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Also, like how you're only using the Band of Pyromancy for the Burning Hands.
Oh yeah, it does have other stuff, doesn't it?
It does, but like they're not. They can only do it if you have fire spells, or
Yeah.
convert all the damage you cast for a spell into fire damage.
Yeah, I don't cast spells much.
Yeah, not that, but honestly, it wouldn't be good on anyone else. So, I mean, the only person who maybe could use it is Erik, but he doesn't have any fire spells right now. So yeah, which item are you gonna upgrade?
Let's see what happens with the Cactus Launcher.
Okay, roll me. I just need to think. I just need to think of a few effects. Roll me a d. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll me a d5.
You gotta roll that invisible D5.
Yeah, 3. So that's the third effect. So it's not going to have more ammo. It's not going to have a bigger radius for the main damage. It's going to do more damage with its initial attack.
Cool.
So instead of doing 1d8 plus 2, it's going to do 2d8 plus 2.
Sweet.
Almost double damage with its initial attack.
Save changes.
The Cactus Launcher is actually pretty good. Actually, what level are you now? You're level 5. Shall I let you upgrade a second item?
What? Oh, you're gonna let me do a second one?
I'll let you upgrade a second item. Because it's like,
Yeah.
to make the Artificer's thing more worthwhile.
Okay, I'll do me Astra.
Astra's Whip of the Seasons. I'll let Astra roll for it. Let me see. Roll me. Sorry, I'm just thinking for a second. Roll me 1, 2. Roll me. I'm just trying to think. Roll me 1d2.
Okay.
Because there's only 2 real effects that can happen right now. 2. Okay, that means you get a 5th ability you can use. If you roll a 1, all of the whips will do more damage. Not much more damage, but they would do a slight more damage. So you get a 5th ability. So I'll write that up now. Yeah, I'll make a new one. I'll make a new season.
It's gonna be Swinter.
It'll be Moon, probably. Moon or Sun. Pick Moon or Sun. Moon is cooler.
I added a picture to the Cactus Launcher.
Oh, you did?
My cactus is ready for deployment.
I'm trying to think what a moon effect could be. Oh, I know. I've got a very good one, actually. Roll on the d2. Because it will help. It would help determine if this is a very strong instant effect or a weaker, longer lasting effect.
Okay, let's go. Roll deep.
Okay, it is the weaker, longer lasting effect.
Okay.
What do you think of it, Lion? The Moon Whip. This is also the kind of attack that I think Astra might warrant taking instead of a sword attack. The other ones aren't very useful. They're more if she's just out of range. But this is one she could definitely consider doing instead of well, like I'm trying to think what's the best ones. It is great. I think the best one is Winter. Winter and Moon are probably the two ones you're going to use the most. Autumn is probably the worst. Spring is actually a very weak heal. It's a max of a 1d8 heal. So it's really not that much healing.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's either 8, but it's only half. So no, it can be any number. It's 2d8. Yeah. It's not a great heal, but I think it's better than Autumn's tiny bit of damage. Oh yeah, it can. But I definitely think Winter and Moon are the strongest. Autumn is the weakest, so it makes sense. Summer can be good because it can deal. Summer's like a stun, isn't it? It's not a direct stun, but they can spend an action rolling out to put the fire out, so it can stun. Bit of crowd control. Summer's probably the third strongest, actually. Spring's the fourth, and Autumn's weakest. That being said, when the damage of the whip starts going up, when you like put money into it and stuff, Autumn might become the strongest because it can hit 2 people. And if you got that up to like 4d8, that can be pretty hefty. Also, in a pinch, if there's 2 enemies on low health, that being said, you could just do 2 sword attacks. Who knows? You'll probably find a situation for it. Actually, it's so weak, I'm going to buff it. I'm going to make it so it does, instead of doing half damage, it does full damage to the second enemy if they fail to save. Because it's so weak, the Autumn Wren.
Merry Christmas to you.
I typically do go back and buff and nerf items when I see they're OP or underpowered. So I think that's a good buff.
Okay.
Okay, well, I suppose people are going to start going to bed now. Or
Yeah.
going to do other stuff.
Time to sleep.
But I hope the session was a good learning experience. And I hope you don't go back to just forgetting it as soon as the next session starts. Let's do it. James in the front. Astra in the back.
Astra in the back, yep, of course.
Fuck cover. Fuck stealth. Fuck planning.
Good.
I'm actually really glad you got that sneak attack off, by the way. Very, very impressive. Sneak attack against the monk. Oh yeah, I forgot that. Oh no, Dabo did do sneak attack. I was being dumb. But yeah, those kinds of things are what actually help you not. Because in some fights, you sort of just drag yourself through it barely by the skin of your teeth. With a bit more strategy and stuff, you can get to the combats a bit easier. Cover, positioning, and target focus are probably the 3 most important things to learn. So yeah, good to know that you know them. That was fun. Hope you had fun. Hope it was better than last session. But nobody had fun.
Burrito.
Dabo did. Did Dabo have fun this session with his amazing RNG? And yeah, last session was actually pretty good for James. You got that sweet, sweet character development.
And that cool magic item.
That is a cool match pen. RNG. RNGesus. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what day we're supposed to be doing this on, if we're going to continue doing it on Saturday. Because Bearpaw said he could probably come, and he didn't come. So, I don't know.
That's gonna be Thanksgiving week, so
How is it? We don't have Thanksgiving here, so.
I don't actually remember what day. I think Thanksgiving is Thursday, and then Black Friday is Friday.
Okay. Oh yeah, Black Friday's the thing. That's the thing where everyone tramples each other, right?
Yes. But now you can just do it online, so you don't have to even go to the store.
You get trampled online.
Get triple online.
No, but I think the South Park Black Friday triple episode thing, the Black Friday Bundaroo, that was like one of the best South Park arcs ever. It was the Game of Thrones parody. I don't know if any of you saw it. It's so good. The Black Friday Bundaroo. But yeah, I'm gonna go now.
I'm gonna go as
It was
well.
fun playing.
Thanks for watching. I hope you had a fun learning experience like we did.
Yeah,
Make sure to learn by smashing our like buttons.
you gotta smash that like button.
Watch all our videos 10,000 times so we can get ad revenue.
So we can get that 10 cents of ad revenue.
Hey, look,
Donate on our Patreon. Yeah.
I've made about
We're now on
20 cents on my main channel so far. Come at me.
Donate on our Patreon and our Kickstarter and our GoFundMe and our GameWisp and our Twitch donations.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another donating thing.
What are
There's probably more.
There's something else on Twitch. I can't remember what it is.
Facebook and follow our Twitter.
Oh yeah, Twitch Bits, isn't it, or
And
something?
follow our Instagram and our Snapchat and our Pinterest
Watch our
and
Facebook
our
live
Tinder
streams.
and our Grindr, which are Facebook live streams and our Twitch live streams
Our Instagram
and our
live
YouTube live streams, Instagram live streams, our Grindr live streams.
Those are the best ones.
And also make sure to tag us in Candy Crush. Challenge us to Candy Crush levels. Also, we're supported by Best Fiends. We're sponsored by Audible as well.
Yes, we are.
Audible and Best Fiends.
Audible. Go there to read all the books you want.
Go there to read without reading, you lazy fuck.
I just released my most recent book. It's called Go Fuck Yourself.
Yeah, we've also got Crunchyroll. Make sure you Crunchyroll. Use the code. Use the code. The old lady is Drew to get 1 month free Crunchyroll subscription. And I'm pretty sure I've run out of internet memes. How do we have Crunchyroll? No, people have like Crunchyroll sponsorships all the time. It's like the third biggest one behind Audible and Best Fiends.
Oh, you can't forget about that sticker app.
Oh, and then there's Discord and Skype. Not Skype, Discord. TeamSpeak. And our Steam. Follow us on all of the social
time to
media.
actually end it. Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
See you later.